What's going on, everybody? It is every other Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It is time for the backyard battlefield. I am down south, 77, aka three-star draw. That's what other people call me to my face anyway. With me, as always, is my homie, Crusty Old Crow. What's going on, brother?
I see. Oh, Crow. I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I meant to turn that over to you, but it just come out so naturally.
That's okay. It's never a planned thing when we get together, really, beyond maybe we should have something to talk about, right?
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, go ahead. With me, as always, is
Oh, God, no. Okay. Crusty Old Crow. I just
there
see
we
where
go.
my name is on the sign. You're not making me do it three times. Flip it back. I'm trying to
All right.
get, I'm trying to watch our own thing so I can say hi to the chat in here too, but lost track of what
Well,
we were doing.
looks like right now we have same time toys is watching so far. So must be a slow night. Maybe some other people will trickle on in. What's going on, Shane? Uh
It's
looks like
playoff
Loki
season
was
too,
here.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh Loki was here quite a while ago. That was at
Mm,
why did it show that? I
ha-
didn't even know you could make it show that. That was at 12:53 a.m. So
Ah, might have thought we were
ah,
still on and got the date wrong.
oh no, it's probably after I created the thumbnail because I had it up way earlier than usual this
Oh,
time. So no telling when that was. So
mm.
Shane, yeah. Nah, we won't be that mad. We'll wait like half an hour before we say that. So what's going on, Crow? How you been? What you been up to? Did it finally quit snowing up there, eh?
Oh yeah, yeah. The snow's gone. The trees are starting to sprout. I'm feeding chipmunks every day. I finally got to pet a chipmunk the last couple of days. It's just one
Oh,
of
you
the
got to
things on
touch
my.
one?
Yeah, I got one that trusts me enough that I can sit there and pat him on the back now when he's eating because he knows I'm not doing nothing. And I'm like, my God, I need a life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the old man sitting here feeding wildlife. I see it for what it is.
Hey, come on, just a little closer.
Yeah,
Just a
just gotta
little.
feed my boys. That's all that matters. That's my life now. Right? But
You sent me the video of those guys coming up, and I was just cracking up, man.
we got a lot of friendly critters in my area because I got the woods next to me, right? So raccoons are friendly. They're too friendly. Chipmunks very friendly. The other stuff, they eat it. So
Yeah, man. Raccoons are cray cray.
they're clowns.
Raccoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, raccoon. They're fun to watch, man. But man, they do some damage.
Yeah, because like out here, and I know I think it's no different in the States. We do the compost programs out here where you take your food scraps and you you leave them out to the curb with
Mhm.
your garbage and shit like that. Well, the raccoons are after that every time. So, I mean, yeah, I gotta put it in a bin, but I can't leave that bin outside unless I chain it down 6 ways from Sunday, like military style. These guys are
Yeah,
smart. Yeah.
they are very clever. I always, anytime conversation is about raccoons, I just always goes back to the great outdoors.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
John
Yeah.
Candy and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Like
Dan
they
Aykroyd's from
get
my hometown.
really. Yeah.
Yeah. Kingston, Ontario.
Oh, that's all you ever run into him.
Yes.
Really?
But like, yeah, because we know where he's going to be. He also had a bar at the time I was living there, so and he would be there. But yes, he was always when he was around, and I had some family that owned a place down the lake from his place, so we'd see him out on his boat from time to time. But
Uh, did he have suck my wake? Did he have
so
that jet boat?
no, no, he was bass fishing, but mostly entertaining other people. Like, really,
Yeah.
he was like the hookup guy in Canada for other celebrities to come and
Yeah.
fish and do stuff, right? So
Well, you hope you get the Ray Stantz version and not the Ray Zelinsky version if you
Mm.
meet that guy.
Yeah,
Uh, so we got a couple more people popping in. We'll go ahead and say hi to them guys. Eric Thurman is here
what's going on,
and
Eric? Hey,
whipping up some tasty delicacies I see on YouTube and Instagram. Did you see his his 420 stuff that he made the other day?
No, I might not. I wasn't on a whole lot yesterday, so 420 speaks to me already. But
Yeah. He made some infused food. It looked pretty good. So,
oh,
um,
edibles
and
don't
you
do much for me. No.
probably sell it out there too, just fine.
Yeah.
Derek
Yeah.
Holloman is in the house. What's going on, Derek? Let's
So
see. You got Turk Murphy, Toy Solutions. What's up, Turk?
I would like to think that if you're a fan and you have the team, I hope some of you guys are watching your team in the playoffs this week, the Stanley Cup playoffs. I was telling you that's what I do every other night now. So maybe hopefully let us know in the chat if you guys have a team in the playoffs. I'm curious. It's not the subject. I'm just curious.
Yeah, you've been pretty invested in those playoffs, and right now it's you told me it's your two, like your top two or your favorite team and your home
Yeah.
team is what's playing right now.
So it's the Toronto Maple Leafs, who I'm a lifelong fan since I was a kid, and they're playing Ottawa, which is where I live right now. So it's awesome because it feels like giving a middle finger to all the neighbors you hate, like, we're kicking your ass. But
Is any of that series there?
yes,
Okay.
tomorrow they'll be playing here, and traffic will be stupid, and everything will be dumb. I'm not going.
Yeah,
But
how much are tickets? Have you even
oh,
looked? I'm just curious.
it depends on which stadiums you go to. Like the Canadian Tire Center here in Ottawa is in a nightmare location, so they don't charge nearly as much as another place with a better arena, but they're expensive. If you go watch a game in Toronto, you're looking at like $1,500 to $1,800 right now for a normal seat.
Ooh,
Yeah. And that's Canadian though, right? Like I don't know what that
yeah,
equates to in the US, but anyways, we're not a hockey channel. I'm well
yeah.
aware of that. I just wanted to mention to the guys in the chat that I hope they enjoy the season right now.
Well, Shane is a lifelong Sabres fan.
There you go. On the loop.
I enjoy hockey. I don't watch enough of it to have a whole lot of preference, so I'll just say the Predators because that's my hometown team. So,
Sure.
and we do get some big teams here that come here and play them. So I've been to one game. I've been to one hockey game in my life and here at the Predators, and I had a hell of a time, but I was told by everybody that I went to it with, or everybody that I told that I went to it, that I was spoiled. And if I ever went back in a different situation, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much because we were 4 rows off the glass,
Oh,
right by the
yeah.
penalty box.
Yes, yeah.
um,
I gotcha.
yeah, it was actually fun because I was sitting there watching the game, and I actually went with Purple Elf, and this was several years ago. Her company that she works for. Oh yeah, there she is. I didn't know she's in the chat.
Hi, Purple.
So the company that she works for has corporate seats, and we got to
There you
go. Like they got to go and take a guest, and I was the guest, and it was so much fun. And so I'm sitting there, and I looked down at my phone during a break or something, and I had a message on Facebook, and it was from a dude that I went to high school with, and we were friends. We weren't like tight, but we were friends, and always talked and stuff. Didn't hang out a lot, but it was a good acquaintance. And I had a Facebook message from him, and he's like, "How are you enjoying the game?"
Because you
I'm
can
like,
see on TV.
"No, he wasn't
No?
on TV." I start looking around, and in this big ass arena, I'm like, "Where am I at that this guy can see me?" And I look all around for several minutes, and finally I look in front of us, and he is like on the front row, and he's just sitting there looking back at me, grinning up at me. And so his family had those seats right there on the glass, since the Predators were there in
Yeah.
99, I think was when they started, 98, somewhere along in there. So they knew like everybody. He had his son and his wife, and they wound up. Of course, they hand all the equipment and they put all that stuff in the penalty box.
Mhm.
And later on, as they're swapping stuff out, his son hands me a puck, and that
Oh,
you
you
know
did
they
get
had
spoiled.
just
Yeah.
yeah. So they had just put the puck and stuff and changed pucks, and like he said, man, we've got so much of that stuff. We've had these seats for close to 20 years, and we know like I'm the dude that's in the penalty box. The ref that's in the penalty box works for my dad.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So
that's I was gonna say somebody must have told you you were a Make-A-Wish kid or something. Like, just treat them real special and give them stuff.
I sent some pictures to my cousin.
Mhm.
Pop Blender's sister is a massive Predators fan, and I
Oh,
sent
okay.
some pictures to Pecorine to her, and she was like, "Holy shit, where are you sitting?"
So I've been to a couple of NHL games, not a lot, but when I was in the Army, we used to get they'd bring us in for Army Appreciation Day, just like they do in the US. They do it
Mhm.
here in Canada. So I've been, in hockey games, free seats because the season ticket holders give them up to the Army guys for that night. And you get honored, you get the VIP treatments and all that. But I'm on record as being a guy that totally accidentally pissed off a goalie named Robin Leonard. And if anybody knows who Robin Leonard is, I think Shane would, because he was a Buffalo goalie for a little while, I believe. Um, you don't piss Robin Leonard off, but I met him before practice and I accidentally thought he was someone else entirely and said, "Could you sign this hockey card?" And it wasn't Leonard's hockey card, right? But you know, anyways, hockey is hockey.
That's
I meant to say I have hockey figures that eventually will work their way in my background of all my teams, but yeah, we aren't a hockey channel, and I didn't mean to side rail our toy
oh,
talk.
oh, that's all right. Chat is involved, so I don't
Mm,
mind.
I'm
And
sure.
she says those weren't corporate seats. The GM paid for the passes because work kept him from being fired during that audit. So okay.
Mm,
Either way, they were fantastic, and they had to have cost a fortune.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. When you said where you were, I was like, yeah, that is prime real estate, man.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Eric said he's seen one game live, and it was awesome.
Mm.
And let's see, Dreadnought
It's
K6
infectious,
is
right?
who?
You don't have to be a fan to get caught up in those things, right?
Oh, it's so fun to watch. It's just
It is.
hard to keep up with if you're not used to it.
Yeah, and it helps if you don't drink beer. Because if you
Yeah,
drink beer, you're in for a broke night. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We had like passes for. I think the drinks were you had to pay for the drinks, but the beer was included at whatever the ones that we had was. Uh,
Mm.
Dreadnought K6, Clint Jorgensen are in the house.
Yeah, Utah
Um,
Hockey Club, best team not in the playoffs. I didn't follow them that much this year, but I you know what? I actually like the name Utah Hockey Club. I think that's a
yeah,
fine name.
it sounds like a just kind of go out in the street and a little bit of hooliganism and just rough and tumble.
Yeah, I mean, I find it a better hockey name than the Golden Knights, right? Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Golden Knights sounds kind of just very contrived. It's like let's
Well,
see.
when you add Vegas to it, you're like, yeah. And the thing is, they run their arena like the spectacle you would imagine them. So Golden Knights, it sounds almost like a sideshow sex thing.
sounds dirty.
It
Um,
does. Golden showered Knights.
yeah, Golden Shower Nights. I have no idea what's happening, but I like watching. Yeah, so that same here. It's fun,
Yeah.
but just didn't grow up with it. But I like it. It's fun. So, did you know? Did you hear this recently happened? Did you hear that the Pope died?
I did, and I know I have my alibi ready. I was nowhere near him. But yeah, how unfortunate for the Catholics. I'm sorry. I'm not
Yeah,
devoutly Christian. Like, I'm not religious at all, right? But
yeah,
I was raised religiously. But did that
yeah.
affect your family in any way?
Oh no, man. Not at all. other than same as you, like, that sucks, and, condolences and whatever for that's not my brand either. But by all accounts, that guy was he did some really groundbreaking things, like some uh, uh, trying to come up to modern times, I guess would be, the best way to put it.
Like
Yeah,
acclimatizing the church to
yeah,
society
some,
again. Yeah, I've
some,
heard
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, in modern times. So I'm not by any means going off on any kind of religious tangent. It's just you can't turn on the news without it. Like, it's like the only thing that's happened since Sunday is hearing about it, and it's a big thing. But
Yeah.
I bring it up first, like, with the conclave and stuff that's about to happen. There's a meme going around, and it always, I've seen it a bunch of times, but of course it's making the rounds right now. And it's the bishops with the conclave, and then it shows the chimney with the smoke coming out,
Yeah.
and it says the Catholics when they elect a new pope, and then it has a bunch of guys standing around a barbecue, and they're grilling meat, and it's a Baptist when they elect the new bishop.
That's
um,
fair.
um, but this morning I had the TV on while I was getting ready for work. I always listen to the news, and it's the local news ends at 7, and the world news comes on, and Pretzel barks. And I was listening to it, and I hear them, and they're there, like he's laid out in repose, wine and state, whatever you call it. And there's the huge, massive line. He always waits till I'm making a video or I get on a stream. I hope he's not too annoying. I guess the neighbors walked outside. So there's, this big long line to go see him go by. He wanted just a simple casket, simple wooden casket. And they're talking to people. And, like, how weird is that? Like, why? Just show it, like, show the people, show the casket. Like, nobody there wants to be interviewed, like,
Oh,
so
but
they go.
yeah, I disagree. Some people are just so desperately wanting to cling to anything. They would go to an event like that just hoping to be on camera and seen associated to it, right? Like some
Could
people are
be.
really shallow. I think
Yeah.
that's who the media looks for, is the shallow ones that want the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like down here when there's a tornado, they always find the most backwards person they can find to interview about it. But
Sure. We watch those on YouTube
yeah,
devoutly out here. Like,
yeah, they
listen to him, he sounds funny.
they never find anybody that has more than like 3 teeth to talk to on the news. But
Yeah.
so they're talking, they're showing these people, and I'm in the other room and getting ready, whatever I'm doing, my morning routine, and I'm listening to it, and I hear them, and they're like, "Well, we talked to this lady. I forgot, what her name was, whatever." They obviously waited till they found somebody that spoke English, and
Mhm.
they went up, and they're again, I'm not watching it, I just hear it. But I come up with this in my head when they're talking to her, and they're like, "Oh, well, why did you come today, and why are you standing in line, and why is this significant, and all of that." And I'm like, I'm thinking, why would you ask anybody that question? Like, of all the shit you could go up and ask somebody during this event, like, because it's probably a once in a lifetime thing. You're devout, you're whatever. Like, it's just so stupid. But in my
Mhm.
head, I'm thinking about what would happen, like, if that was here and they went up and they asked that. And all I'm thinking is some dude in line and like, "Well, we just driving around, didn't have nothing to do today. So we thought we'd come get in line and see the body. maybe, maybe see if we could get the kids in there for a picture with him. I don't know. We've already taken them to see Minecraft 3 damn times. There's something else to do."
So I kind of see your point here because, like, I mean, if you've been to Europe, like I've never been able to read any signs that they put in front of any lines in Europe, anyways, right? Like it's always in French or Italian or whatever, Greek, whatever language. But I'm just picturing if we had lines to go see the Pope in Canada or the US, because we're just as bad as you guys in some of these horrid habits. I could picture signs having to go up every hour, updating what you're not allowed to do with the Pope, right? Like, do not sniff the Pope. Stop
See,
taking selfies with the Pope.
that right there, that I'm waiting. That's what I'm waiting for. That and that's why I was thinking that. Like when I heard him ask that question, it's like, yeah, we was in the neighborhood and saw the line. Hell, we thought they was giving away food.
Yeah. You stop twerking on the Pope. I don't care if it's TikTok. The Pope doesn't want that.
Yeah.
Like,
He doesn't
uh,
care. He doesn't care anymore. And his Purple Elf says his efforts were inclusion were fantastic, but I don't think he would want to include that.
sure.
Uh,
So he made an enemy out of a lot of political powers to be now.
oh yeah, for
Inclusion.
sure, for
I think we need to look closer at the Pope's demise, possibly.
right. Bobby Wald says every time I think about them picking a new pope, I think about that one scene from Euro Trip. Oh, it's been a long
Oh,
time since I've seen that damn movie. I
yeah.
know what you're talking about. That was funny.
The Robo fight.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That one was pretty good. I need to rewatch that movie.
So
Frank
can I just
Dumont is in
say,
the house.
hey Frank, how you doing, buddy? Good to see
And
you.
Jay Astro says this
Right
doesn't
on.
seem very maximum so far. We're just getting started.
Can you give me full screen for a second?
Oh, you actually want full screen now.
Just for a second. I want to show everybody. The only, it's tragic that the Pope died, but you know what? It changed the subject. It changed the subject from Katy Perry going up in a dick rocket. Okay, we've heard enough of Katy Perry and her dick rocket crew. All right, girl power. But there, you can take me off now. This head reminded me of that. I was like, Katy Perry.
I don't mind hearing about it. I'm just tired of hearing her.
I'm tired of the video loops where they all start with her
Oh yeah,
holding that daisy. Like,
yeah,
it's
kissing the
cringy as
ground.
hell.
She is cringy as hell. If there's anybody, if there's any chick that you wish you could like be around and hang out with and hit the mute button, like, yep,
Yeah,
just stand there.
it
Just do
wasn't
something other than talk.
like I wouldn't mind if they came down and said that was so much fun. What a great ride! What we were lucky to have that ride. But they start
Yeah.
talking about this sense of accomplishment, and it's like I can give you the same sensation with a catapult or a slingshot. Trust me, right? Like you're putting in the same amount of effort here. Falling.
Yeah, I am tired of hearing about it. I'm glad they went. Get more people up there. I tell you what, if I had the money, I'd go. I'd go on
Yeah.
one that's got a track record of not blowing up, and I don't think Blue Origin does. But
But
um,
the entire idea that they were selling was that this rocket will be convenient because it will help launch things into space, like our garbage. They actually are looking at launching our garbage into space. So if that phallic missile of women power didn't start an intergalactic war, the garbage surely will. So
yep,
just no more space travel for us. Pull the pin. Let's leave it.
they're gonna mess up and they're gonna send it to Planet Crouton or wherever the bugs and Starship Troopers come from. What
Yeah.
was his name? Clack2?
Clendathu.
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 That's what it
That's
was.
right.
So Clendathu.
Yeah.
Bobby says you guys see the door on the module popped open before Jeff Bezos used the key to unlock it. I did not see that, probably because they just kept showing Katy Perry loops.
I like how it's
of,
all they've made this out like it's the moon landing conspiracy again. Like, did they even
yeah.
go? It's like, who cares?
Yeah, like everybody's like, oh, all they did was go up and barely touch the edge and come back down. Like, I don't. Great, it is what it is. There's tons of people doing that these days.
Yep.
That's fine. It didn't break any records. It didn't. Like it's just one more of these flights that go up there and do that, and it has some famous people on it, and okay, let's move on. They didn't break any new ground. They got to do it. Tell us about the experience. Don't tell me that you changed the course of human future. Like,
Exactly.
that's what I want to hear from it.
Yeah.
Um, and Purple Elf says, "I'm glad I live in a cave and have no idea what you're talking about." So, Katie,
I'm
there was
glad that, yeah.
there was an estrogen powered flight that touched the edge of the atmosphere, and Katy Perry was on it, and they're making it out like it was like an accomplishment. Like it's an accomplishment for anybody that has money to get on
It
one of
was
them
the
flights if you want to go.
Earth versus space Rosa Parks situation here. Like something was accomplished. We don't know what,
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
accomplished. Yes.
We don't know. It was done. They should send all the leftover Eternals figs from Ollie's up in that rocket. I like that idea. I hope.
Are
I hope
you trying to get Independence Day happening here? Because that's how you get Independence Day happening, right?
yeah.
There's trash and then there's trash.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hope they have a large payload capacity on whatever they send them in, because there's a shitload of Eternals figures still there.
Yeah.
I drove by all or near the Ollies that I go to, used to go in all the time. I was in that city today and I had time. I'm like, I'm gonna run in Ollies. And I was sitting there, I'm like, all right, well, I gotta get over a lane. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not even going. Like, I'm not even gonna go to Ollie's. I did go to Ross though, because there's been some good stuff showing up at Ross, and
Yeah.
they didn't have any of it. They did have some of the AEW figures, the wrestling figures, for like $4. And I was looking through the ones they had to see if there were any worth buying just for accessories. It's like, I don't have a belt. Like, I'd like to have a belt. One of them, somebody come with a belt. I don't even know who it was. And a couple other things, but there was no cool shit like chairs or anything. I'm like, I'm going to save that $4.
Did you get a belt yet?
No, I don't have a belt.
Okay, remind me next time we're ever sending anything to throw one of the belts in, because I bought that Dr. Britt, whatever it was, mega set. They had it at GameStop for $5 at Christmas on clearance. And like everywhere else, it's like $40-$50. So I bought 2 of them. So I do have an extra belt for you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, $4 is about
This
as
one.
cheap, as you're gonna get something like that for. Yeah. Okay. I don't even remember who the figure was that had the belt. I don't keep up.
There's a few.
There's wrestling. Yeah, it seems like when I do look through them and I'm like looking for one that I might actually want, or if I hear that one's super hot and people are looking for it, I do look through them, and it seems like every third figure has a belt with it. But I by no means keep up with wrestling stuff.
That just reminded me, I was watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine last night, and there was Charles, who's the small weak cop on that show, and say that was his wrestling coach put him in his own division. He was number 1 in bubble weight.
That's great.
Yeah.
They'd have to put me in butter weight. I did get asked a question. Are you pretty sure out for Joe Fest?
Yeah, I'm out. It's not just the political shit. I wouldn't pretend like it was. The political shit just makes it feel like a smarter decision this year, right? But there's a lot of border hassles, and myself up here in Canada, and I think I've mentioned this before. Shane's aware of it. Others are aware of it. I'm prescribed cannabis, and me crossing over the border with this is a no-go. That's fine. I can no-go without it. However, a search of my car or things like that could result in complications.
Yeah.
So I think if I don't go this year, I am going to look at other events for when this tumultuous time is over. And because I miss you guys. I miss hanging out with you guys. It was one time, but it should have been more time, right? So.
Yeah. Well, somebody had asked me if you were still planning on not going. I said, as far as I know, Actually, what they said was, "Have you talked him into going?" I said, "Well, I'm trying, but there's only so much I can do. He's got valid concerns, so I thought I would
Yeah.
ask. I didn't get a chance to ask you beforehand, so
No, and I'm
um,
also like that's right after my ex-wife moves out of my house, and I've got a lot of stuff I gotta get on the go with this new routine and whatnot. I think this
yeah,
year it's sadly it's gonna be a no, right? Unless I win the lottery and suddenly get, you know, US citizenship branded across my chest. Uh
Eric says you can easily get cannabis here, so if you wanted to
no, I
just
know.
go to California,
Just
um,
depends on which state. No, you still got it. It's trust me, it's easier here, man. I've bought weed in California. No, it's not that easy.
uh, Roman Graham is in the house. What's going on, Roman? Coming in late.
Uh,
That's all right, man. When you're here, that's all that matters to
that's
us. We
why we're
appreciate it.
on late too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could go to, there's all kind of stuff in New York and up that way. It's legal
Yep.
there, so
Yep.
that's
You know,
closer to you. It's drivable.
there. It's just like I said, guys. This will all get resolved, but right now, the smart play is the only play, and I will be desperately trying to watch all my friends streaming from Joe Fest with tears in my eyes and punches in my drywall, right? But what are you gonna do?
Well, make sure you do it in a room that you're already going to repaint or something. If you do that.
Yeah. I'll be
Mhm.
texting you guys, pick that up, pick that up, pick that up. No, no, no.
I will not be picking up a lot this year. I can tell
Yeah.
you that. It's going to be
No.
getting there is going to be about my limit. Whatever the exclusives are, and that's probably
Mhm.
going to be about it. I'm not going down there with my sights on anything, but that's still 2 months away. You get plenty of time to go over that stuff. What about? Let's see. I think I made a banner. Recent toy pickups. Do you have any recent toy pickups?
Oh shit, yeah. I've been trying to make time to get around to a video or more backdrop stuff because I've been buying Cosmic Legions. So there was God damn it. See, this is what I was talking about before, right? The shoulder pauldrons on these things. Me and Down South were talking about these Four Horsemen figures, and neither of us are overly a big fan of the shoulder pauldrons as much as we love the figures. But I was showing this one, Darren, because this one is you can see through this one. It's translucent, like
I
the
didn't
way
realize
the
that.
yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
that's not the way to show that. I guess I don't know, but but yeah, you can see through the figures. Legs, arms, whatever. That doesn't show up on the sites when you're looking at them. That's
Yeah.
something you only see when it's in hand, right? So, but yeah, I picked up some Mythic Legions,
Oh,
Cosmic Legions, stuff like that. And Kalen Shun was today's big arrival. So I'm a big fan of that helmet. So what about
yeah. That
yourself?
one. That one comes with that's a pretty standard cosmic helmet. So if you like
Yeah.
that one, it
I
comes
liked
with a
the
lot of figures.
I liked the paint job on it, actually. That's what I liked about it. The lettering and the
Yeah.
paint, because if Shane's still in the chat, he'll tell you this particular vibe is very Tau from 40K, Warhammer 40K. It's got a
Hmm.
very Tau vibe, and of course, this is the Katy Perry character, right? So, but yeah,
Are
those
you
were
gonna
my
build
pickups.
a? You gonna build a little space shuttle for her?
Well, wouldn't be little. I am trying to
That's
build
fair.
something for them as far as a background set, but that's taking some time. I haven't quite figured out everything on that yet. But
I
I
think
know you got the new Spider-Man, and so did I, right? I know we're gonna get to this eventually. So those were all my pickups. What about you? Because I know you got something.
there, there he is. I just got him hanging, chilling on the mic.
Smacking the mic around.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's probably loud. Yeah. Recently, like I don't think I've gotten anything other than him that I haven't like talked about. Got the ATL 25 and Sir Uzak. I did pick up Ken.
There it is. Yeah, you got Ken. Oh, I
So
might put a
I
cat in here.
didn't have Ken, and he was like $20.50. So I went ahead and grabbed him before the price went back up on him. I
Mhm.
guess the player 2 is probably the harder to find Ken in the gray gi because he's more every time I see him. The gray one is more.
Oh, I haven't even seen the gray gi. I've seen the white gi, the red gi, the violent gi. I
Isn't it?
haven't seen a
Is it
gray one.
white? Is it white? I
So
thought it was gray, and then
yeah,
Ryu's white.
no, it's white as far as I can tell. It matches Ryu completely.
Okay,
Right.
well it is white then. I was thinking it was gray. All right, that's the other one that I
That's
see.
the
So
player two. Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought because I missed the Chun Li player two, and that was a pink one, I guess, or a red one. I missed
red,
that one. Yeah.
red. I used to see that one all the time, and evidently it's kind of hard to find. But I said something wrong, so I summoned Matthew Matson. He's here to correct me. Player two
Yeah.
Ken is white. Ryu is gray. Evil Ryu is dark blue.
I
What's
don't
going
know if
on,
we can see
Matthew?
them up there. So there's with Ryu. Are we able to see that? Because I can't hold that very steady.
Not really. I can
Not
see
really.
something in there.
Okay. There's Ken and Ryu
Okay.
are in here
Yeah,
somewhere.
there they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. That's hard to
Yeah.
do. That's like 7 feet off the ground.
Oh yeah. Well, you did
I
pretty
need
good then.
I need an actual video crew.
I just wish that I could have two cameras and switch back and forth or show them both because I I could easily like here mine. I've still got them all right here on the desk, but I couldn't. It just takes too long to get the camera centered back like I want it when I move it. So because I don't use a
Mhm.
phone. So I picked up Ken. I'm still looking for Blanca. They haven't released officially, but Matthew told me that a lot of targets are starting to see Blanca and Sagat.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that'd be good.
they they haven't shipped anywhere as far as I can tell. Like domestically, I know people have been able to get them overseas for a while. Robot Kingdoms had them for like 5 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna something like that. I'm not about to pay that shipping for something like that.
No, I'm not paying for speed. If I have to wait
No,
for a release, I'll wait. But usually
no,
GameStop
yeah,
will text me as soon as they know it's coming. And it's like, come pick it up. Okay. But
yeah. The Game Stops here, like, don't they carry them, but they don't like ever have a lot of them. I don't even think all the Game Stops have them. But
really?
either way, so they're due out just anytime, everywhere. If you look at them online, everywhere still says April, and we're almost to May. So let's see. Matthew says need Blanca and Sagat.
Yeah.
Eric
And
says he's.
Vega's supposed to come at the end of that as well.
I
Vega
think
was the first one I heard about.
Vega is like Vega was in the system, and then he
Mhm.
got pulled out.
Oh,
He
that's why.
was
Okay.
he showed up, and I don't remember where it was, but like the listing was there, but then it got pulled.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that. Vega and E Honda, right, are the next two, Matthew. Um, let's see, they weren't street dated, so they have officially been released. Well, I'm just nobody shipped them. They're still pre-order everywhere.
Okay.
Online, BBTS and wherever. So, I'm interested in E Honda. I don't really like Vega. I mean, I don't care, but I'm impartial to most of them. So that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like they're so good that I'm picking up characters that I got no familiarity with. But like of all of them, I got ones that I want to get first, and that's Blanca and E Honda when that wave shows up. Um, but if I go in and like somebody has Sagat and not Blanca, I'll probably go ahead and get him because I'm going to wind up getting him anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna complete them, but like we talked about before, I'm not gonna bother getting the player two versions of everything or the violent versions. Although I'm kind of pissed about the Fei Long nunchucks being there.
Yeah, those nunchucks are badass.
Yeah.
Uh, and then Roman Graham says he saw local collectors in his area picking up Blanca at Target. So I was talking to Matthew, I think yesterday, and he had sent me some screenshots, I guess, from groups that are local to him, and a bunch of people in his area had found them there too. So I was going to try and go in today, but I couldn't swing. Target is not in my route that I travel. Like, it's just a little bit outside of it, and I couldn't justify going in there today. So I'm going to try maybe tomorrow or Friday to run in one and see if I find them. But so mainly for me, Ken and Maximum Spider-Man, I do have something that's supposed to be here tomorrow that I'm very excited about. And I say it's supposed to be here tomorrow. It's one of them things when you look at it at the post office, and where it was 2 days ago is where it is now. And it says it's going to be delivered tomorrow. So you're like, there's a step missing there where it should be here to me tomorrow. So I'm hoping it shows up. That's the main reason that I went ahead and pulled the trigger on picking this guy up. If I could quit hitting the mic. And that is the re-release of that retro Green Goblin. I saw that. It doesn't officially release until May 1st or 2nd, depending on who you're looking at. But I found somewhere that had it already, and I'm hoping that they actually send me the right figure. So I don't want to jinx it. It's a third party seller on one of the sites, and it's got good reviews. It's got good ratings. So I hope that they actually didn't screw me and send me like Retro Card Lady J. But I am very, very excited for that Green Goblin. Even if I don't even think that they retooled it. I think it's still pinned. I don't think that it's pinless.
I never saw it before. I actually had to look it up after you mentioned it, because like I was in the same crux. You need an iconic Spider-Man villain really for a good Spider-Man display. I don't have any, and nor do I really admire any. But it came down to two that I would consider. Green Goblin was one / Hobgoblin, I suppose. But I wouldn't mind finding a good Kraven the Hunter. Like, that was one of my favorite story arcs, was the Death of Kraven.
Yeah.
Right? So,
we absolutely, that Kraven is another one that I would pick up. And there was a Kraven. There was a Kraven in that retro card line a couple of years ago, and I remember seeing it. But I want to get Kraven too. But if you're gonna have Spider-Man, you got to have a Goblin, Hob or Green.
Which one do I have? This one I got for $5 at GameStop one day on a Friday. It's Hallows Eve, which I thought was Hobgoblin-esque, right? But didn't count.
She's a cool figure. I wanted to get her and Jack-o'-lantern from that wave. They were everywhere here. Nobody was buying them here. They hung like rotting pears down here. That's one of the things that I want to find at Ollie's. Those have been showing up at Ollie's. And
the Jack-o'-lantern one as well?
Yeah, Jack-o'-lantern and Hallows Eve, and I try to remember what else was in that wave. There were 3 or 4 good ones in that wave. It's just not, I don't have that much affinity for those characters, and like, they weren't the Spider-Man stuff that I loved. So even though they look cool, I can't start buying every Marvel Legend that I think looks cool. I've really got to hold it to characters that I dig, with the Legends.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll build up my X-Men collection, my Shield and Iron Legion kind of stuff. But the rest of these B-list characters and a lot of villains I could do without. I don't care. Maximum Hulk. I'll probably end up picking up the box and looking at Maximum Hulk to really mull it over if it's worth it or not, because I just don't have a Hulk, and I don't mind the Hulk, but I'm not a fan of those head sculpts.
Yeah.
Like, the comic choices they made weren't the ones I would have chosen.
Yeah, I figure we'd talk about him a little more when we get to our Maximum discussion. I'm I've got no interest in Maximum Hulk. It's if you're a Hulk fan, like Eric said, he's probably going to get it. Great, I'm glad they're making it if that checks the boxes for you.
Yeah.
I'm not that big of a Hulk fan. I'm not trying to put together an Avengers team, and I think it looks pretty good. Honestly, a lot of people don't, but I think that Hulk looks good.
This was how it started for me because I thought this would look awesome next to Classified to fight a snake. And then all of a sudden I'm buying Marvel Legends left and right, but that Hydra Stomper can actually hold a Stinger missile.
That's badass.
So the cool. Hulk's not the only one that can do this. Right? Here's right. My Hulk.
That's right. That's right. Let's see. Eric says female Silver Surfer would be a cool figure. Either Silver Surfer figure, if they could pull off the metallic, I think would be a good looking figure. Matthew, what's the difference in the new and the previous retro Green Goblin? You can still get retro, not the original one. You can't. If you're seeing it on GameStop, it is the new one, and it should be pre-order because it releases on 5/2. I have it. I've got it ordered there too. The difference is the colors. The one that is getting ready to release, it looks to me like it's just a recolor, and it's a lot more vivid than the first release. Like it's a lot. The green pops and the purple pops a lot more than the first release of it. Is what it looks like to me. Is that it is just it's the same figure but in different colors. So when we were in Toylanta, Purple Elf and I were in Toylanta, one of the last tables that we went through, because I was looking at Marvel Legends down there. That's one of the main things that I was digging through, because I was looking for a figure for you, and I was looking to see if I found any other cool ones or whatever, mainly looking for the one for you. And they we went to one booth and they had that goblin, and I was like, ooh, that's a Green Goblin. And I looked at it, and it looks. Matthew says it doesn't look different than the one he has now. The one that I'm talking about that I picked up down there looks a hell of a lot duller than the one that's getting ready to come out. So, anyway, I was looking at it down there. I was like, oh, there's that Green Goblin. I was showing it to her. It's like, this is the one I've been talking about that I've been waiting on. Because I love Green Goblin, man. And I was sitting there looking at it, and the vendor, he's like, you're probably about the 9th person that's picked that figure up today and looked at it. I said, that tells me that it's pretty expensive. Like, what do you have on it? And I'm sitting there checking him out, and I flip it over and look at the bottom of the bubble, and he's got $95 on it. I was
95.
And I'm like, I just very carefully like, well, good luck. Hope you sell it. It's not going to be me.
Yeah. 95. I'm trying to picture what that would be in Canadian. It's got to be like 140, probably 130.
But is it maximum? Let's see. 95 USD to CAD. That must happen a lot because it was the first result. $131.74 Canadian.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But so the one that's about to come out looks like it is a whole lot more vivid, because the one that I'm talking about, it was kind of dullish looking. I was actually like, I'm surprised he wasn't brighter. But anyway, so he's supposed to be here hopefully tomorrow. Hope to get a review done on him if I can tomorrow after work, if he gets here and it's, the actual figure. So I dig Green Goblin, and Yojo Depot has Hobgoblin. Whoops, something just fell over.
Yeah, I heard that.
Let's see. And that sounded like it was from the Skelf. That's not good.
I was going to say it didn't sound expensive, but it did sound heavy.
It didn't hit the floor.
Yeah, I didn't hear rattle after, so something didn't break.
I'll have to investigate that when I get up. So I rearranged some things a little bit. I actually forgot to turn my other sign on because I'm not used to having my other sign. I'll do that in a few minutes. I did a little rearranging. You probably can't tell, but I moved the figure obscures and I put all of the skelf like it's all actually skeletons, except for
Okay.
Red Death. Red Death kind of fits up there. So you know when you do that and you move around like a whole shelf, you've got several days of shit just falling because you
Yeah.
have to repose it and it's, you know, till it readjusts to whatever. So I've been dealing with that. I come home and Hagnon was on the floor.
Mm.
So luckily everything was still intact. So I'm sure that's what that was one of those guys. Um so we'll see with the goblin. Um
Yeah. I'm excited to see the Goblin because I know like you'll do a good Spider-Man Goblin fight in your review for sure. Now that you've got the Spider-Man, because I know how much you like that Bach.
yeah, and he you know, like this one just come out just at the right time because I knew that Goblin reissue was coming out, and
Mm.
that's why I was in such a. I was like, hey, I got to get me a Spider Man, and I did exactly with this figure what I said I was going to do the first time that I saw it, the first night that Punk talked about it on Monday on Toy Ramblings when he talked about it, and that's when everybody was maximum. You know, that's where the maximum started.
Yeah.
Um, and that was my comment was I'm gonna have to wait until I see a couple of people get it in hand and see what some people whose like opinions that I value on what they think about stuff have it, and then maybe I'll make my decision. And everybody kind of said what I was hoping, like I said in my review, like it checks all the boxes for what I want in a Spider-Man. And
Yeah.
Eric Spider-Man nails it for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I gave it a hard time, but the hard time wasn't the Bach itself. Really, it was the same features you didn't like. I kind of didn't like. I didn't like some of the way the web was designed, and I didn't
Yeah.
like the Peter Parker I see boobs look on his face. Like that just it just didn't do it for me. And then the wrist, like the little web shooters with no moving hand on those. But
Yeah. No,
this
articulated.
Spider-Man, I don't feel bad having spent the money for it. I, but I do feel like they they could have provided a little bit less to make those webs better. Yeah, like we didn't need this head that you're showing. I didn't need that. There's enough other
There.
Spider-Man out there, but it's
Oh,
maximum. You have to
it's
have it,
maximum.
right?
Come on,
Maximum.
focus. Focus. Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
we've seen it. For some reason,
Yeah.
when I have the green lights on, it doesn't want to focus in close because of the lighting, I guess. But this figure, man, and what Roman says, running AC now here in the South, so shit is falling. Yeah, it was like in the 70s today.
Oh yeah.
Like it's been warm, and we've got a day next week. I think next Tuesday, which is still in April, it's going to be almost 90. I do not want 90 degrees in April. I don't want 90 degrees in July. But it's gonna start getting hotter than balls down here. So I dig this Spider-Man. I'm like you. The figure itself, I got no complaints with it. I just some of the accessories either don't make sense, and I just realized I'm still on full screen. I don't need to be. Some of the
That's
accessories,
okay.
um, they don't make sense, or the way they did them doesn't like quite work. Like we talked about with the bare wrist shooters, bare hands,
Yeah.
the wrist doesn't articulate. I would have been okay with even the wrist not articulating if the web plugged into it. Any of the web.
Yeah. Yeah. any of the web and or some wire in any of it, because like even the photos they use to promote this thing shows Spider-Man flying off webs, and they really want you to focus on that articulation and the hand shooting the web. But if you pay attention, the web that they show in the photos, that thing's twirling and
Oh
spiraling, and
yeah.
good effing luck, you're gonna have to like hit that thing with starch and a curling iron, and even then it's done, right? Like it just does not do that. And what a shame, because of
Mm-mm.
any feature I wanted to be posable, it's web.
Oh, for sure. Let me move this over. So I am gonna be a little vain here. I'm gonna show some of my pictures
Mhm.
that I did
There
of
you
it.
go.
Um, most of them were in my review, but that's the one I sent you, I think. So look at that, where he's there swinging off the mic. Um,
Oh, yes. Zoom in on this. Zoom in on this, please. What's going on here? What's Spidey doing? What are you doing there, Spidey? Does that feel good, Spidey?
whoa, damn, Spidey.
I'm sorry, man. I
Damn,
saw that when you
damn.
sent that to me, and I was like, well, that's the unfortunate part of the tip of that web, isn't it?
Yeah. So but this kind of stuff right here, this is what I want out of a Spider-Man figure.
Yes.
And but we were talking about the rope like that one. So this one talking about the translucent and this not being real bright, it works, something like that.
Yep.
But so you were talking about the web, and this is the one that I wanted to show.
Hmm.
So you can, if you angle it just right, get it so it does look like this is all
Oh, I know.
one web. There's the break point right there on it.
Yep.
The little web here, it just that should have been flexible,
And
you know.
to and honestly, how long did it take you to establish how to do that and get it all
Um.
balanced?
Oh yeah, to get it all set up and all everything balanced, it probably 5 or 10 minutes to get it set up and get the angle and everything on it just right.
Then to
Um.
me, that's not a functional feature. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if it's reliant on your nimbleness as opposed to how it's set up, don't count.
Yeah. And I
That's
did
all.
it.
Yeah.
And I did it just for these couple pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it just for that shot right there because I do
I
think
did.
that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I did one similar. It wasn't with the single web shooter. It was with the splayed one, and I just rested
Hmm.
on top of that, right? Like just because it was wide enough, you could rest on top of it. But that's an ad hoc jury rig, and you shouldn't need to jury
Yeah,
rig maximum anything,
yeah.
right? Like bottom line,
It should all be maximum right off the jump.
maximum
Um,
considerations given.
yep. So I'm gonna say what's up to Crust or to Crow, your crusty old crow,
Hi.
Woody Triple. What's up, crusty old crow? Woody
Yeah.
Triple Deuce, the figure addict,
What's going on, Woody?
and son of a crayon slayer is in the house. Hey now.
So see.
Um, So, and Eric said, Falcon replacement head. I should put
Oh
that
my
on
God.
Falcon and see which is
Falcon
really better.
Falcon and Creepy Parker would make an awesome Night of the Roxbury parody.
Oh shit, they would. Oh my
They would.
god. Oh, that would be perfect. You need some
Yeah.
suits. You gotta get some extra Hammerhead figures for them. Don't throw them
But
on.
lots of hand features. What? You, me, you, me,
Yeah,
you, me.
that's perfect, man. That's God. All those hands. I just wonder why they both have red gloves, but that would be great. So Maximum Spider-Man, I do like the figure. I don't have a bunch of other Spider-Man figures to say that such and such was a better figure or such and such already had this feature or that feature. Um, so I don't feel like it was really overpriced. I do think they could have probably cut back on some of the couple of lackluster accessories with it and knocked it back to $40, maybe 45. We could do without We could do without the sperm stand. We can do without it.
I call it the money shot.
The money shot. So
Yeah.
I got it. Hold on.
Maximum money shot.
Yeah, keep my money shot in a bag here. So,
Yeah. A jar would have been equal.
Yeah, just I got to do some kind of picture with this. With get me some kind of a Little John stand in, so he goes skate, skate, skate.
Just go get a photo. Do me a favor, if you're doing photos with that thing, can you jam one in the side of a very hard to get U.S. egg? Just
oh, it's great. Sticky tack will work for real. Wraith Mace, hello, gentlemen, dropping in to say hope all is well. Armor is finished and being shipped out Saturday from China. Holy shit. I can't wait.
250% tariff.
Yeah, get it quick. Do you already have the lifts for it, Wraith? You got to get some lifts. So painters,
if you guys aren't tracking, Wraith is building a 40K cosplay Grey Knight, I believe, isn't it?
Grey Knight.
Yeah, he's doing Grey Knight. That's his thing, right? I wouldn't expect any less, but he's building that thing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the pieces that he's shown look amazing. So and yep, you saw that. Woody got your patch. So let's see, no tariffs until May the 2nd. So
and he got the lifts. There we go.
Matthew, sorry, go ahead, Crow.
No, I was just gonna say it occurs to me one thing that I didn't mention in the video about the Spider-Man, the Maximum Spider-Man, that neither of us has really hit on, right? Yeah, that's a big price tag for a really good buck with kind of crappy accessories. But I find now I will look at other Spider-Men on the shelves, and there's a lot of them, and I don't feel any inclination to buy any more Spider-Man because I have found the right Spider-Man buck. So in a way, that money is kind of preventing me from trying to course correct a bad Spider-Man after a little bit better of a Spider-Man, then a little bit better of a Spider-Man, right? Like one and done. It's a good one and done.
And this is what we want. This is what we wanted with Snake Eyes. Like, just give us the.
Oh God!
If you do versions, do one version, do the version everybody wants. Don't give us a part here and a part there and a head here or whatever. Matthew, I sent you a link to that. So here's my question to you. Wraith's got the lifts, so I can't wait, man. Just be real careful with it when you get it. I hope you've practiced on those lifts. So as far as maximum stuff. Oh shit! I had one more pickup to show.
Oh yeah, what is it?
I'll do that in just a second. So no, I tell you what, I'll do it now because we're gonna start talking about maximum. So
Hills, yeah.
I'll go ahead and do that now. So I did completely forgot that I got one other pickup today, and that is my figure for May the Power of the 4th. And I'm definitely going to mention this in the review because when I picked the character I wanted to do, I just picked the character I wanted to do. I'm like, it's prequel figures, right? They're all a dime a dozen. I had to have picked one of the most expensive prequel figures.
Oh God, who is it?
So I am going to do Dexter Jetster.
Oh, that's who that was. Okay, yeah.
I'm doing Dexter Jetster, and he arrived today. So this figure, and you know, we're sitting there talking about a $50 Spider-Man, and I'm complaining that this guy was $16.
Motherfucker.
But look at the card. Like, this is the cheapest one that was on eBay. The card is jacked. And I'm sure that's why this one was $15. Most of them are about 20 and plus shipping. The second cheapest one, I think, was $18, and it was the same seller that had one on a better card. So I did get my May the Power of the Force figure, so I got to get that video done at some point. But I have some research and some stuff to do before I can do it. So yes, it is the cook from the diner. That son of a bitch, and you won't believe his real backstory when I tell it. Yeah, he's there's more to Dexter that meets the eye. Let's see, the 85th Spider-Man, that one was good. I was gonna get that one, but I never saw it. I was gonna get it if I saw it at Target, and I never saw that 85th anniversary one. So
I'm gonna be grabbing my Star Wars character tomorrow. I'm gonna head into town. I was wrapped around the box has to be this one type of Star Wars figure from the prequel. No, it's just prequel character. Okay, great. Now I have a selection. Yes. Okay, good.
Yeah. Right. Anything as long as it is legit from whatever 99 to 03 or 4, I think was the end of the prequel figures. And I mean, we had talked about like the sub, like, was it still Power of the Force? What was it called? It's Power of the Force, Power of the Jedi. This I think was when they changed it to Saga. Maybe I don't even know. It just says Star Wars on it. But
in the end,
as long as it's a prequel character from that time period, you're good.
Yeah, and in the end, I wasn't going to get wrapped around. Just to remind everybody, it's still toys for. Are we doing toys for tots, or are we just doing May the Power of the Fourth?
Well, I mean, for May, we're just doing May the Power of the Fourth.
Okay, there you go. So I get mixed up.
The only charity it benefits is hopefully people that would never watch your channel will come and watch your channel, and comedy.
No. It also benefits the fact that somebody's finally selling a Star Wars figure.
Yes, this is true.
Right?
For me to go put on my one Star Wars shelf that is mostly just sentimental stuff. I got Star Wars stuff that from my youth that I don't even have on that shelf. Yeah.
I gave all that crap to my cousin. I think I have one X-Wing pilot, Luke Skywalker. That is all. Good to go.
I've still got I probably got about 20 of my original figures and my Darth Vader case.
Okay.
I still have my original Tauntaun, my Wampa, Jabba, and Salacious Crumb with an unbroken tail, but that's it from that set. I don't have the base or the water globe or pipe or whatever. But I don't even have any of that stuff out. It's other than my little die-cast Hoth set.
Okay. So actually, just while we're on the semi-Star Wars vein, did you happen to catch Andor?
No.
Season 2 started yesterday. They dropped 3 episodes. Remember Daredevil only did 2, so they had to do 3 to get you back into Star Wars. But did you watch season 1 at all?
No, never seen 1 minute of Andor. And
okay, there you go.
I know Andor is good. I just can't. I'm so disenfranchised with Star Wars, even though that I know that it's good. I don't even want to give it my time right now.
Yeah, so I was the same way. Like, I am fed up with Star Wars. The Mandalorian, Boba Fett, all these shows have led me to believe that I have outgrown Star Wars completely. Like, hand it off to the next gen. That's fine. I'm not going to feel animosity about it, but it's really not my thing. But Andor does approach everything like it's a military drama rather than a family adventure, and they portray the Empire more like watching a good Nazi movie, really, where they have personalities and lives. But if anyone's watching season 2, let me know if you've watched the last second and third episode. If you're kind of done with the civilian side of Star Wars, like I'm done with it, because that's really been a lot of focus in season 2 is so in the civilian aspect of people that are otherwise involved in this war, right? So
yeah. So Let's see, get some stuff in the chat. Eric, did any other Spider-Man come with webs? Yeah, some of them did, but not anything to the extent of this. And again, like I love this web. I do love this web. And I mean, I see this is what this web is for hanging him off of shit. It just should have plugged into something.
Absolutely.
Menjoza's in the house. What's going on, Menjoza? We say it right on this channel. And
So-
Roman Graham, no original trilogy, so not this year. Last year it was any Power of the Force, any of these. You could have done any of it. We tried to hold it to original trilogy stuff last year. This year he wanted to do it just on prequels, and that's the whole gimmick of it. Is we're reviewing old figures, so yeah, he had to give it a theme. So this year it's anything from prequels. That was the whole joke of doing these. Last year was we're going to review old figures that everybody's seen and thrown away by now.
Make them desirable again. I think. Oh shit! Don't call.
Son of a Crayon Slayer, you can make webs out of floral wire, fully bendable and not floppy. Absolutely. Somebody else said dental floss.
Yeah. So don't tell me, tell Hasbro, because when you're buying Maximum, you shouldn't have to make those. Those should be with it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. The only real complaints that I've got with the web is I would have liked to get one that was about twice as long. That's what she said. And there should at least be one set of hands that the web can plug into.
It's just like I said, it's such a critical feature of that character, right? It's Anyways, I digress. We kept going with that.
Bobby says, "How come there's no Power of the Force Anakin with sand? He doesn't like sand." So maximum. What other figures like? Because we're got a bit that we're gonna do where our maximum talk is we're gonna take properties like not just Marvel or whatever, but just ludicrous, just out of the blue things that we'd like to give the maximum treatment to and get a figure with this kind of accessories and articulation. What other figures do you think they could do like with this Spider-Man buck? So we know Hulk's coming, but what could you see them using this for? Like the first one that comes to mind for me is Black Suit. It's easy.
Oh, you mean Venom symbiote Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I look at what came out for Daredevil for the Reborn series, Marvel Legends Daredevil, and they used the hinge ab. And the thing about the Spider-Man is it has a Spidey, where'd you go? Right here. He has a 3-point. He has a 3-point ab piece, right? So there's 3 pieces to his abs, which is kind of unique to this Spider-Man, right? If you look, it's 1, 2, 3. There's a midsection piece right in there before the hinge. So that's why he's got such phenomenal ab crunch, right? Where in Daredevil just has that single hinge piece, what we're used to with the line. And so I wish they would look at all their characters who are supposed to be in any way enabled. You can take me off full screen. In any way enabled with dexterity or agility or leaping, and start using a buck like that. It's there, you have it, do it. But I don't know if I'd pay for all of them the same price.
That's the real question. So Woody right here says he opened his Maximum Spidey up today. Nothing horrible to talk about besides the price tag, which is old ass news. So what you were just saying, I think it would be badass if they made a Daredevil just like this, like use this buck or whatever, a Daredevil. But there's so many Daredevils, like we just got a Daredevil, but we probably also just got 15 Spider-Mans. I think it was just Jeff that pointed out that there's already been, I think, 14 Spider-Man figures this year, and we're only in
Okay.
April. So
I'll give you.
what about that? So go ahead with what you was.
Oh, sorry. It's just yeah. We said we were gonna freeball some of this to kill time, but like because it's such a broad subject. I just looked over to my left and I just thought of the perfect character that could benefit from the maximum treatment from Marvel. It's Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah.
Nightcrawler one could definitely benefit from a kit loadout like that. But imagine if they gave him an actual prehensile tail. And more importantly, little smoke, like the smoke and brimstone effects of his teleportation, the BAMFs. Like some of those, the same way Spider-Man's web was, right? If they did Nightcrawler the way that they did this, that would be an amazing Nightcrawler. That's all I want to say about that.
That would be something awesome that they could use the little stand for as his poof
100%.
effect.
He could sit on the stand.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I hope they give us a little seat if they do that. Eric says show Daredevil. Which the
I don't have. We're talking about the Charlie Cox one that Hasbro Pulse just put the pre-orders for.
He may be asking me to pull it up. So that's what I'm wondering. Okay. Is that the one you're talking about? Because I do have it. So let's see.
This one, yeah.
Woody says maximum Psylocke. Who the fuck is Psylocke?
This is Psylocke. Psylocke's right here. That's
okay. All right. I don't need maximum Psylocke, but maybe somebody does. Woody wants it.
Mm-hmm. So if you zoom in on that, you'll see what I'm talking about with his abs. It's not the same.
That's as much as I can zoom in. So 2 points. Looks like.
Yeah, it's a hinge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is it?
Yes, Son of Crayon Slayer Maximum Spidey does have toe articulation. Like it's a 2-piece foot, right? Like we've seen with other lines. But no. He doesn't have 5 toes that you can move independently. That would be amazing.
Well, apparently that doesn't work very well from what I've heard about Giant Man.
Yeah.
Those are big ones.
Yeah. But yeah, he does have that. Yeah.
Let's see. Bobby.
Hinge toes.
Oh, hold on.
Kid Greedo. I was wondering about that too. Oh, Jesus. Hi, me. Hey, me. You're looking good.
Show the toes.
Oh, toes, yeah. No, I thought it was showing me. There you go. Toe articulation. Mm-hmm.
And my biggest concern with the toe articulation was, would it be loose? And it is not. Like you can put a lot of weight on it. It works as advertised. Bobby, do they ever make a Power of the Force Kid Greedo? Yeah. No, it wasn't the Greedo kid that he almost got in a fight with. That was his buddy. They were
so I know he's talking about it. He's talking about it's called a Rhodian. The Rhodian alien that was in the pit crew for Anakin that was helping him with his pod racer, I think is who he's referring to. And I would love a figure of that kid because he was so friggin' useless. I need him to be the center of attention.
I don't think they ever. It would surprise me that if they didn't, but I don't think they ever actually got around to make, because they could do like a 3-pack of the his little alien kid friends. They could do some of those because there was a couple others. Eric says this series is fire. What, Maximum, or you talking about the Daredevil series? Probably the Daredevil.
I guess I'm wrong. Bobby says there was a different instance he was talking about. Oh, okay.
Buddy and Greedo walked up, was about ready to. I'll have to further investigate that, Bobby. Let's see, magnets. That would be cool if they did magnets in the hands and give him some flat hands. That's a good idea. He'd be Super Max Spider-Man then. He'd be $70.
Yeah, they're saying that you've just discovered what Extreme Spider-Man was about. Coming in 2027.
Ultra Spider-Man.
We can do
Uh
this all day, kids.
that's right. So you said I think you told me you did order this one, right? You did order
No, I
Daredevil?
turned it
Did
down. The
okay.
GameStop asked me, but I did put the pre-order in for the John Bernthal Punisher from that
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull him up next.
Mm.
So I I did not I don't even remember. I don't think I ordered this Daredevil either.
No.
I wouldn't mind getting it. I think it looks good, and I don't have a I don't have a Daredevil, and I like Charlie Cox, and I like this show. But I think if I want a Daredevil, I want an actual like classic Marvel Daredevil. And
Yeah.
speaking of Daredevil, Triple D's Dungeons did show up way back, and I completely forgot to highlight his comment. So, Dave, what's up?
We're dead to him now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
he's gone. He's listening to Kenzo now.
That's my
Um,
Daredevil right there. I
so
like the
I do.
bearded devil.
Which one is that one?
This one is after Shadowland, or I don't know. There was a point where he was possessed by a demon and ran the hand, and then there was a point where he went to jail. It's one of those two. It's not like I was reading a lot of
Okay,
Daredevil at the time,
right.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
see, I do like this one. I may wind up getting it if nothing else because, like you, I did order the Punisher figure,
Hmm.
and even though I want to get some different Punisher figures, I need something from this series to go with Punisher, and I do like this figure. So, but as far as Maximum goes, so I think Daredevil would be a pretty easy one for them to do. You know, if they want to continue going on with this line, which they're clearly going to do. But the thing is, you touched on it. Is this going to be the standard? Like, do you think how many of these maximum figures do you think they're going to pump out?
So I would I would say they're going to stick with the hard icons, right? So we're talking Spider-Man, Hulk, for clearly that's been done. As far as what
Mhm.
villains, I'm not sure. I'm not really thinking there if but Captain America possibly, but really I can't see them getting away with a lot of Captain America versus somebody like you mentioned the Punisher at one point, and
Mhm.
I mentioned Iron Man. Daredevil, because what it comes down to is for that price point, how many accessories can you put in there that actually make sense and improve that toy, right? The character is one thing, the accessories have to improve it. So with
We're gonna
somebody,
get into that.
yeah, but I'm just talking exclusively in the Marvel line, right? In
Right.
the Marvel line, you would think Captain America's iconic, but outside of the shield, what else would you throw into it that would make it worth that price? So I don't think he would count, right?
Yeah, you would have to because they're all you figure they're all going to have similar articulation because that's what we're talking about. That's what we want. That's what I want. But
Hmm.
yeah, these things are going to have to be packed with accessories to even to justify the price, even with all the extra articulation. So I think Daredevil, Nightcrawler is a good one. Cap, yeah, that's good because they can't really give him too much.
No,
I think you could probably get away with doing um trying to think of villains. Like you could
oh,
probably do Magneto. Magneto would
Sabretooth.
be a good one. Sabretooth would be a good one. Um Magneto, you could have all kind of shit for him to throw and have some kind of
Yeah,
effect that you hope plugs into a hand.
yeah. Oh, this is dying. I got to plug this back in.
Oh yeah,
When did
better do
I
that.
didn't realize I unplugged my camera. That was dumb of me.
Oh no.
Oh
Um
no.
Dave is here. He says, "You guys will never be dead to me." And Crow, that is his favorite Daredevil as well, and he's a fucking
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah, I gotta take his word for it. But yeah, for Marvel, like honestly, there's so many characters that this line would be wasted on, right? Captain America, Wolverine is another one I could think of. It would be wasted on him. Like after Claws, what are you throwing in there? Oh, a lot, right?
Yeah,
So I can't see Maximum taking off to replace anything. And honestly, given its reception, I don't think it's gonna go too long. I hope it's not going to go too long.
I just hope they don't. I just hope they don't try to turn like just like what we're talking about. Characters that you want the posability out of, but they have to make up stuff that really doesn't make sense
Yeah.
for them
And
to come with.
I would rather have a line with just a few really well considered figures than to have that line tire itself and burn itself out through the trends, doing every figure possible because I'm waiting on the key ones, right? That's
Right.
what Marvel Legends can do. They can do that with the normal stuff. With Maximum, it should be very particular and not that many.
Yeah, because Matthew says right here the Daredevil
Mm.
3-pack figure is great. Mafex is better, and like I said, that this is what I think they're trying to compete with are the Mafex figures.
Yeah.
So I don't. I'm like you. I hope they don't try to give this treatment to every single thing. Um, Jay Astro says Doctor Doom. What could you give him though? You'd have to do a wire cape. You'd have to do soft goods cape. Same if you did like Doctor Strange, but I don't think of him as being doing superhero landings. You know.
No, I mean, yeah, Doom is one of the ones where you could get into a whole myriad of magic and blast effects as well, or Lord help you, build parts of a Doom bot and have them at his feet, right? Like he's known for his Doom bots.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could get behind a Doom because Doom's effing amazing. But
And if he was classic like Secret Wars Doom, that is I love that figure so much.
yeah,
The old Secret Wars with the green and just the metal. It's a
and
classic look for him. I always loved it so much.
and that's the thing about the Maximum Hulk that kind of burns me out because it goes against the very concept I was just saying. It's like, look what they had to add to it to make it Maximum, right? Did you need a rocket that broke apart like that? It's great, but that's what they added to the Hulk to make him a Maximum figure, as opposed to just making a really good regular Hulk,
Yeah.
right?
So that's what I'm wondering. And Son of a Crayon Slayer says here will maximum Spidey buck now be used on all Spider-Man? I don't think so.
No.
Kind of, it's kind of what we're saying here. I don't think it will be because I don't think they're going to be able to get people to rebuy every single Spider-Man variant just to justify it. And you're going to have to keep like you can't do the same webs and stuff with all of
Yeah.
them. You got to do different stuff. So I don't think they will switch to using this. I think they would turn too many people off if they didn't keep it as kind of a special smaller batch type idea.
You
Uh,
know, if they really wanted to really impress the fans, I would have done more. If I were Marvel, I would just focus on a lot of head packs and replacement parts for figures that are already out there. But like, get the universal neck joint sorted out and start giving
mhm.
expressions to the faces, right? Like different kind of stuff. That's what burned me about the Peter Parker. There's so many good Peter Parkers out there on the Marvel Legend line already that they could have just reprinted, but they decided to use this, like I think you said it in your video, this amalgamation of all
Yep.
Peter Parkers, right?
Yeah.
And
You can see
yeah,
it if you look at that head. You can see Tom Holland, Toby Maguire, and um, the other one. Which I can't
yeah.
think of his name. The
He
the
kind of
other guy,
reminded me.
Garfield.
So he reminded me of how McFarlane used to write draw Parker back in the day, right? Like the back in the day, that Parker reminds me of a McFarlane Parker, just like the webs remind me of
Yeah.
McFarlane webs, right? I just to me, we talked about the head choices, but I don't think the head choices were well thought out for the Spider-Man. But quite honestly, there's so many characters in the Marvel U that would benefit from so many different variations of head choices. Like, and we're looking at one right now. Scroll up on the Punisher for a second. Does everybody in the chat love John Barenthal's hair? Like, are you in love with that? And do
I
you think
think
you're going to love that 10 years from now?
I mean he's always gonna go. He's gonna go down as the best itineration of the Punisher on film. So I think I'd be fine with it in 10 years, personally.
No, I'm fine with the face. I'm talking about the hair, right?
Oh, I
Like
know.
that's a trend cut, right? And when we see trend cuts, I would just be like, yeah, man, I would love to have some alternate heads provided with still John Barenthal's thing, but give me the shaggy hair, give me the shaved head, give me things that I can change over time, right? That's where Maximum, I think, really has its benefit is the extra heads.
Yeah, swappable head sculpts.
Mhm.
That'd be great. And I got it highlighted. Matthew says, "Did you see the BBTS 112 sale? Get your Mesco Joes." I did not. I knew they had
Yes.
Destro on sale. I didn't know the other ones were.
Yeah, they have quite a few things on sale right now. It's just on them. I got that thrace while we were on.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I just ordered it. Boom, done.
And so yeah, is that one on there, Matthew? Is that on the 112th? That's some Mesco Doctor Doom is something I could get down with.
Sure.
Eric says I'm getting them both. Um, I don't. Yeah, a beat up head. That's what we need with a Punisher is a beat up. You're only going to get so much of that with Marvel
Mhm.
doing it though. That's the thing. But I do dig this figure. I got no problem with the hair. I think Matthew said it earlier. The Jersey Shore hair is what everybody's saying. He looks like Paulie D. Um,
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
that's a. Yeah. But no, I think what it is it honestly it's fine. There's no real problem with the hair, but you can actually make out they've detailed it so well where his comb has gone through that hair. You can see it. It's like he just did the hair before he
Yeah.
went into combat, right? Like it's got the comb streaks in it.
Yeah. I mean, the sculpting on it looks good. I hope it
It's
comes out,
beautiful. Mhm.
looking this nice. My only issue with this is like you get a pair of hands, a knife, the hatchet, and a Glock. Like
Yep.
I wish he come with more stuff. He should have a few more guns and whatnot, but it is the Born Again. And when did they drop this? The day after the season finale, where you get to see him use this hatchet and this knife. And I'm sure he used the Glock at some point, but really all I remember is the hatchet. Um,
Well, I mean, let's not also pretend like the Hasbro design teams don't know when their properties are cross
oh,
compatible, right? Like,
yeah.
you like
Yeah.
Punisher guns? Well, don't pretend like you haven't heard of Classified. Go buy some of our Classified. Give them a gun. Like
hmm
we know you like
this
3D
is
printers.
so something that I noticed though. So if you look at the hands that he's got, he
Mhm.
only has one trigger finger hand. He's only got a right trigger finger hand. He doesn't have one for the left. It's a splayed and then a grippy hand.
Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
that
Eh,
hand is not going to hold any of his accessories.
No,
So,
that's a throat. That's a Roadhouse throat ripping hand.
hmm yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
but
throwing
no,
in
it
the
is
throwing in the
interesting
lake hand.
because you're right. So he can hold the pistol because that's what the trigger figure's for. So
Yep.
where is he holding a knife or an axe? Which one of those hands is capable of actually gripping any of
Yeah.
that?
So
Well, they
so
showed
you're
it in the
not.
picture, didn't they? Like, isn't he holding a knife or a pistol and an axe in one of the other pictures?
Let's see.
Because yeah, right there. Okay, so they've
Who
got
wants
his
him
hand
holding it like that?
exactly. They've got him chalked right up and it's set. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he ain't holding that. That's okay. It's in there. Hurry up and snap the picture.
Yeah.
Holding
Yeah.
that axe. That I
Can you
don't.
see the
That's
blue blue tack squeezing between his knuckles?
yeah. I don't dig that. I don't know why he did not come with another set.
Mm.
That bugs me. That's the only. I was looking at it, and I was actually looking at this picture, and I was like looking at all the detail in his tack vest there, and I was like, look, he's got all these mag pouches. And I got down, he's like, oh, you gotta have a punching fist, and you gotta have a splayed fist, and then wait a minute. So
Ah,
he's going to be able to hopefully get a two-handed grip on his pistol, but that's going to depend on how this butterfly joint interacts with the tack vest there as to whether or not he can do it. The legends can do it a whole lot better than the Joes can.
okay, so this is not a plan I'm saying is in play, but wouldn't that be just sneaky, slick, snake oil shyster stuff if they turned around and started grooming Marvel Legends to have one hand of each type in there, no pairs or anything like that, and that became the strength of the Maximum line, was the fact that you actually had hands that made sense and could do
Oh
stuff,
man,
right? Like
how
you
shitty
retool
would
these
that be?
lines. Yeah, that would be crap. Imagine
Yeah.
Wolverine with only one set of like fist with claws and the other claws his hands open. Like, ah! Yeah.
Yeah. Well, uh, so I'll go ahead and remove him there. So, yeah, I just wanted to show those two. I was going to show him anyway, Eric. Yeah, so Menjoza, that's a shame. So that, like, you get more hands with the war, the war journal Punisher than you get with this one. And that was a 2-pack. That was a $55 2-pack, but you've also got a whole ass other figure that's got a bunch of hands too.
I
You
almost
got
feel like
Flesh Cannon Man.
so they were so close. I mean, how do you work at Hasbro and go, man, let's just phone it in on John Barenthal. Like, let's make a no. You knew damn well you had to do it right, and you did a really good job with the face sculpt, the buck. So, is there an actual job in the creation of figures whose job it is to make it cheaper by 5 cents by being the spoiler? Like, all right, good job, guys. Okay, I'm just going to fuck the hands up completely. There, we've made our costs. Like, I want that job. The guy that fucks the design.
Yeah. I don't want to be that guy though, because if word gets
Oh,
out that you're that guy, like you gotta
no,
be
man.
that guy. So I noticed that, and I hadn't seen anybody else talk about that with that Punisher figure. So keep that in
Mhm.
mind. I'm sure there's probably other hands that will fit it that have trigger fingers.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a as long as the flesh tones kind of match up, or maybe the gloved hands from the other set will work here. If the that wouldn't that be a bitch if the peg holes and the pegs are different sizes on the wrists, and you can't use the hands from the other Punisher figures on it
They're
that
even
you
different from
know,
each other, like,
yeah, that you
yeah.
know have trigger fingers. So that, oh man, that would a
Either
kick
way,
in the balls.
I thought it was an astute observation you picked up on because I didn't pick up on that. But, the longer you think about it, the more you're just like, but why?
Yeah,
Why?
this is one time that you wouldn't complain about extra hands if they're going to do this. Give me one more set. Give me
Can I
one
give
more
them
trigger
the
finger.
Parker hands? Yeah.
No, that's maximum. Those are maximum pegs
Yeah,
for that
maximum.
one.
Oh, God.
Maximum.
I,
We're gonna get into some more maximum in just a second. What'd you say, Kirk?
no, no, I was just saying, I thought I'd be saying the word maximum a lot more tonight. Like, maximum.
And we're way past that. The toy pickups, we're way past that. So this is
Yeah.
the part where I'm going to give you full screen and run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
You son of a bitch. All
Just
right.
don't do what Pop Blender did last week. I come I come back from break and he was showing a video that got me a copyright claim.
Oh, no. No, I won't do that. I won't do that at all.
Uh,
Yeah, no, you
that's
go hit the head. Yeah, I'll just chat with these guys.
let's see.
So
All right. I'll be right back.
yeah, so I'm following the chat on my phone, guys, because I don't have a computer. I just have nothing but tablets. So Roman Graham, I see your comment. The Valaverse hands will fit. Just shave a little off the ends. Yeah, I mean, like at this point, if you've been collecting the Joe, the Vala, the Marvel Legends, you're gonna have lots of hands. When we're pointing out these little things, it's not that big of a deal breaker on a figure like that. So, um, yeah, and so and Cosmic Legions, Mythic Legions, I'll tell you, I don't. I was telling Darren, I'm not the biggest fan of these. Like, I love the details and the designs and the creativity of the characters, but the accessories and how these kind of things are tooled is not really what I'm a big fan of. So I'm only buying so many of the Four Horsemen stuff with the highest amount of respect for what they are. But remember a while ago, I talked about some figures are players and some are posers. You know, Marvel Legends creates players that, do adequate job becoming posers, but others are just complete posers as in glorious statue figs, and that's what I'm finding. Does anybody else find that or disagree? Does anybody, first off, is anybody collecting Mythic Legions over Cosmic Legions or Cosmic Legions over Mythic Legions? And do you have an unpopular opinion about this line? Because I watched a lot of guys reviewing these things with, with the high regard they're given, but I feel like the lack of articulation in some of the components kind of get glazed over because they're so respected, and they shouldn't be. They're problematic. Oh, Eric agrees. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, like they are problematic. You have to use the hair dryer for sure to loosen them up, and then what you're loosening up, you're still terrified with sometimes. But anyways, I money well spent as far as a good figure to look at, but one that I want to pose over and over again on my shelf, they are not. Um, is anybody going to go see Thunderbolts when that comes out? Apparently getting some good hype behind it. I definitely feel like Thunderbolts is going to be everything Falcon Captain America was not, which is a good Marvel movie. But does anybody follow that plot line? Yeah. Oh, and what do you collect Figure Obscura? I was going to look at Figure Obscura next. I'm trying to tick away at some of those. Oh, thanks, Darren. I see her in the background somewhere. Yeah. And I know Down South 77 has a few of those. I am checking those out too, but I haven't found one that I want to order yet. But there you are.
Yeah,
Totally waffled the whole time.
I'm back. Well, I found out something about myself with the Four Horsemen stuff is it turns out I am more of a sword and sorcery guy than a sci-fi guy. I really
Yeah.
would have thought it would have gone the other way, but I like the mythics better than the cosmics.
Yeah. So I bought the Cosmics because I have the Sode Fig, Corsair, and Fang from the Starjammers line in Marvel. And I thought Cosmic Legions make amazing Starjammer fill-ins. But you're right. The Mythic Legions line, the sword and the sword and fantasy stuff, there's something about it that I like a way more too.
Yeah, I dig the mythics. I mean, there's a few cosmics that I like, but I like the mythics.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
it's
are cool.
Legion Builder. Oh, here's Matthew. Oh, it's AI garbage. The Cold Slither video. You know what? It looks like The Walking Dead, and I like it. Looks like The
Yeah,
Walking Dead comic art.
look, I'm kind of with Matt on AI is kind of just ruining imagination right now, as far as I see it. But every now and then they'll luck into a good one, and there have been a couple of good ones where I've gone, okay, credit where credit is due. That don't look bad. Right?
Well, I'll
But
use it on certain stuff. I like it in certain stuff. I don't want it passed off as art, but in something like that, I don't mind it in something like that.
yeah,
I just don't want somebody creating an AI image and then like selling prints and being like, oh, look what I did. Like, oh, look how awesome I am.
yeah,
I,
my
that kind of
AI
stuff.
NFT.
Yeah. But I do like I use it sometimes for our thumbnails, and I
Mhm.
just finished a project that I did for somebody that I used AI for an image for it, and little things like that I don't mind it for, but I like those videos. I think they're pretty cool. Um, let's see, Thunderbolts. I do want to see Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
Matthew Matthew said Thunderbolts with no Thunderbolt. Yawn. Well, it's Marvel, and Matthew is obligated to. Him and my cousin are both obligated to hate Marvel and anything Disney does right now.
So wait, what does he mean Thunderbolts with no Thunderbolt? Are you talking about Thunderbolt Ross, who was in the
yeah,
Hulk, or are you talking about a
yeah,
different character?
I think
Yeah.
that's what he meant. Oh, and to clarify, what I said about my cousin, like he played a WWE video where Piper cracking Jimmy Snuka with the
Oh
coconut.
yeah, I watched
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
well, the WWE copyright claimed that, but it is only blocked in Russia. Like they're fine with it here, but in Russia it's blocked. Like,
Oh,
I left it up.
okay.
I'm not taking that out. Eat it.
Yeah.
I know,
Might as
Matthew.
well.
I'm just messing with you.
You'll never
I,
make
I
your millions off this video. Ha ha ha.
that's right.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, I did want to show this real quick. Two things that I checked on when I got up is the figure that fell over was
Mhm.
the eraser, the Toy Lana, the purple dude. He
Oh,
fell over.
how did you see
But
it?
I went over there and looked at the shelf to see what fell before I turned the camera back on.
Mhm.
And I guess when he hits the ground, he phases back in. So I guess. And I turned on my new sign, and I hate that I didn't have this on before Purple Elf went to bed. So if you can see back there, I now have an LED neon Grumpy Bear sign.
Is that what that is? Okay,
Yeah,
all
it
I
don't
see is
show
this.
up super well.
Yeah, I see neon piping and it's blue,
Yeah.
but I couldn't make out what the shape was.
Yeah, it's Grumpy Bear. And so when I redid the shelves, I put my Grumpy Bears all over there together. So
Yes.
so yeah, it don't show up. I don't have anywhere close by to hang it. I don't have anywhere else to put it. So that's what that is. If anybody sees it on and is wondering. All right. You ready to get maximum? You ready to do some maximum Crow?
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna probably halfway through that change backdrops after my camera's done. I'm dying to have an outdoor time. Yes, let's maximum this discussion.
All right, time to get maximum. Let me get a couple of folders open here.
Yeah.
So, what we are going to do is we have each picked some characters from different properties that we want to give the maximum treatment to, and we're going to tell what will make them maximum and what we want to see in a maximum version of it. And then we have also going to do a lightning round where we're going to spring characters on each other and have to come up with it on the spot. So I think that would be fun. Yeah, you look like you didn't come up with any.
I didn't. I did. I forgot about that part, but I
forgot that part. Yeah, that won't be hard. I don't think.
No, it won't. Not at all. Yes, I did forget that part.
This will be a surprise for both of us.
All right.
So, would you like to go first with your first one? We can go back and forth here.
Sure. Yeah,
I can. It doesn't matter.
Whichever one you put up. If it's yours, speak. If it's mine, I'll speak.
All right. Let's see. Let me do
this. Our rule was we have to try and sell you a figure at the maximum price and make it make sense, right? Just not a Marvel figure. That's all.
Let's see, reading through the chat here. Reading through the cat. Yes, I'm reading the cat.
Yeah.
All right, they're talking about Thunderbolts. All right, so Crow's first pick for a maximized figure IP, whatever. Tell us about this guy.
Jack Bauer, bitches. Like the most forgotten action hero of the 2000s. Right. One, I have not seen a good Kiefer Sutherland figure anywhere. So I want it. And then two, if you can get the 24, I think what would sell this one is if he had on every hand, his watch had a different number and he's counting down, right? Like that was the one thing, the beep, boop, beep countdown of Jack Bauer. And then I think he had, like if you think about the premise of 24, he had six seasons of the worst day of his life, like
Yeah.
6 times, right? So I would like to see I would like to see a piece on the back of his jacket that you can peel off, what and replace. It says FBI next time, DEA next time, ATF, right? Like just all these little interchangeable roles for each season that he's in.
And
Suitcase bomb, things like that.
he wound up being president too, didn't he?
I have no idea. I had so lost interest in his poor me stories. Like this is how bad my day was. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm having a bad day too. I don't have to wait a week to talk about it.
I didn't watch 24, like I didn't follow it. I
Yeah.
watched the first two or three and then I got off track with it, and like it just got so involved I never went back and finished watching it. But people seem to really love it, at least in the beginning.
The first 2 seasons, I was like, this show rocks. And then after a while, it just became this most tired premise. Like, why does it all have to go through this one guy? Every disaster that ever threatens the United States goes through Jack Bauer, right? But I think also the big draw of the time, and some people forget about this, was a certain sexy female who had just done a movie called The Girl Next Door. Alicia Cuthbert was a big part of this show, and
Oh
she was
yeah.
very popular at the time. In fact,
uh
she could be an accessory.
yeah, Viper Scout says not Jack Bauer, different show. Did I miss something?
I
That's
have no
Jack
idea.
Bauer, right?
Yeah,
No,
24.
okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, we're talking about the same show, right? On
Yeah,
24. So, all right. What's up,
24,
Viper
baby.
Scout? Menjoza says Spencer for Hire and Hawk. Never watched it.
Hawk. Okay. Stringfellow Hawk. I'm
Thunderhawk.
trying to remember Hawk. Oh, Thunderhawk. Okay, yeah,
Thunderhawk.
they're having. Yes, we are locked in on Thunderbolts and Thunderhawks in the chat.
Yeah,
I see that.
yeah. It's all. Oh, okay. He said the show where he played president was a different show. Okay, that's
Okay, good.
that's what he
Yes,
meant. Okay,
I was
thank you.
gonna
Because I'm
say,
like, I know
yeah.
that was his name. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be embarrassing if I got Jack Bauer wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be weird. All right.
Right.
So let me open yet a different folder here, and I will get mine up. That's what I said. Yeah, that's the plan anyway.
Did he say that? Did he?
I did say that. All right, got that open. Go back to here. All right, so my first one that I picked is already talked about it once. I stayed right here, so I want to see I do
Oh,
want to
that's
see
right.
a Maximum Punisher. Oh, there's Pop Blender. He was president in a show called Designated
Designated
Survivor.
Survivor. There we
Okay.
go. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I would have never have remembered anything about that show. So let's see. Let me scooch
What
this
would you
down a little bit.
what would you think would be the best stuff for a Maximum Punisher though?
Well, funny you should ask because I have a list. Oh, Maximum the Punisher. It's the Punisher. It's not just Punisher. I didn't go to evil Punisher school to become just a Punisher. I'm the Punisher. All right, so Frank should come with all the Maximum Spider-Man articulation, set maybe for the toes, but for the price, why not? They seem to be going with more classic designs for these, so I'd love to see the 80s style white gauntlets and boots. He should come with an arsenal, including an AT-4 rocket launcher with a rocket and a blast effect, grenades, pistols with suppressors, at least one submachine gun, assault rifle, and light machine gun, as well as a gas mask. A big draw for this figure should be not only the arsenal and articulation to hold it all properly, but swappable body armor, at least plate style decos that will work with the articulation. There should be a bloody and battle damaged version of this armor with bullet holes and knife slashes in it, and an alternate damaged head sculpt to get the feel of a life or death fist fight. So, and I got through another couple images in there. This is my favorite Punisher art ever. Right here is the cover of number 3 of the limited series run from 80, was it 5 or 6?
Mhm.
I had this poster. Pop Blender had this poster. I just always love this with the target with the blood coming out of it. He's holding that big, looks like a maxed out Wildly or something target pistol. Then I found this picture that's very clearly Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I was gonna say it does look like a Dolph Punisher.
And
Say hi
then,
to Tony Figs is just showing up.
what's going on, Tony? How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, Mike Zach. That's right. And then I think I have one more. Yeah. So this was one that I found that I really like. So something like this, just with all the maximum articulation. So that was my first one, was Punisher.
So I almost would disagree about the maximum articulation need if it weren't for the fact that with the Punisher, the one thing you want him to be able to do is get eye relief on every single gun that he has, right? So he would need to have the best butterfly joints in the neck because he would come with a lot of guns at varying sights, right? So
Yep.
I like that pick. I think that's a great pick.
Yeah, I would love to see one with something like that with it. With all of the accessories and all of the effects, because that's what we're talking about. So it's accessories that are going to make a lot of these, like we talked about earlier. What are you going to do with Captain America, Wolverine? Though, like, you're going to have to really accessorize these figures. So let's see, same vein as Spider-Man, blast effects that don't plug in.
Yeah. We rest the gunshot on the tip of the barrel, just on top.
Yep. Maximum Jack Burton or Snake Plissken, that would be badass. Matthew Quigley.
Snake Plissken actually was one I was considering. I was thinking about the Escape from LA, Escape from New York play factor. I just couldn't think of enough accessories that weren't reliant on other characters.
Need to have some soft goods. So Punk with Toys is joining us. Shill.
Who exactly are we shilling for?
Probably Marvel or Hasbro. I would imagine.
I'm shilling
absolutely. Got to hold a handgun out straight with 2 hands, 100%. So Crow, you ready?
So you need that squeeze. Yeah, we can do my next one. Like I said, the rest of mine aren't Marvel.
So these were not. These were all over the place.
It's whatever we can think of.
Yeah, the previous discussion was, what do we think Marvel could do? This is what would we do, and how we do here on Battlefield. So Crow, tell us about this guy.
Oh my God, if you don't know who that is, we can't be friends. So the creators of South Park, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, they went off to do their own thing. And Trey Parker decided to do this. And it was Orgasmo. It's the story of a good Mormon door-to-door Bible salesman who somehow accidentally breaks into the porn industry and as a superhero alien, it's like in that called Orgasmo, because he has a gun that makes everybody instantly have orgasms. So with this, we would need the gun, we would need the costume. I would insist on having a Bible and maybe even just like a Bible outfit to wear, but I wouldn't know how to make that work without replacing the buck. But the fallacies have to come, as you see. And Chota Boy is such a little guy, he would count as an accessory. Right, so there's the other variant. Like, this would be the Comic-Con variant of Orgasmo Maximum. Right, he's got the Tony Stark first startup look about it, like fire extinguisher.
Year one.
But just it was one of the best movies I watched in its time, as far as underappreciated, I think. Let me know if the chat has not seen Orgasmo, and I will be appropriately embarrassed.
I have never seen it all the way through. I've never watched it end to end.
When he honestly,
I turned it on and it was already on, and I hate starting movies that way, and I couldn't get into it because I didn't know what was going on, and I've never gone back and rewatched it.
Hamster style, yeah, Menjo's. I don't think I'm doing hamster style anymore. Fucking, yeah, I just think about the scenes where it's like him versus the T-Rex. Just I laugh every time. But that was my other pick was Orgasmo, and I also liked seeing Matt Stone play such a bit part in this movie. But he played the perfect porn cinematographer, like that. Didn't know he was gay. Awesome movie. Choda boy.
So, so I'm gonna have to find this now and watch it because I'm intrigued. It's actually been a while since that experience, so I'm gonna have to go back and find it and watch it. So after
Mhm.
looking at the pictures you sent me for it, I'm like, I've got to watch it beginning to end to find out what the hell is going on here. So, oh, let's see. Todd C is in the house. Said he is here lurking. So, what is going on, Todd?
What's
So,
fun?
for my next one, let's see. I thought I left that tab open, but I clearly did not. Get all of my screens in a row here because I got way too many things open. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to open them all one at a time.
That's all right. I know which ones you have. I know which one I'm looking forward to hearing you talk about the most. So I can wait.
All right, so let's see what we got here. So next up, I have Maximum Inspector Gadget.
Hell yeah, that was the one.
um, there's actually been, as I was kind of researching a little bit, there's been a
Mhm.
couple of really good Inspector Gadget figures done
Mhm.
over the, I guess, the course of gadgetry. So, um, Maximum Inspector Gadget. Gadget should come with superb articulation and an extremely flexible plastic vinyl overcoat to make use of it. Possibly removable, but not necessary. He should come with a variety of gadgets to both hold and plug in with the necessary ports to accommodate them. Necessary gadgets to include should be gadget copter with spinning blade, gadget phone, gadget binoculars, gadget flashlight, gadget springs, gadget umbrella, gadget rocket skates with blast effect, and a puffy style gadget coat to replace or fit over the regular coat, swappable sets of hands, some with the peg holes to attach appropriate gadgets to hands or fingers. So there we have the umbrella.
Yeah.
There we have the said aforementioned puffy coat. There's the copter.
The copter's a must
And
for me.
there's a phone. He's got to have the phone and the copter for
Spider-Man comes
sure.
with like 6 of those. What are you talking about?
uh, so that was my gadget. Let's see, you can go through the chat here.
You know what you
Everyone
missed?
from
We
Silverado.
forgot about the Go-Go Gadget magnifying glass. Comes out of his
No,
hat and the whole.
I just didn't. I should have put it in the description, and I
Mm.
saw the picture of it, and I didn't because I'm trying to save 5 pictures, so I just didn't save that picture. I think they did Viper Scout. Didn't McDonald's do a good one with different Happy Meals? I think they did.
Yeah, but this is
Um,
Maximum, not McDonald's.
that's right. Let's see. Go Go Gadget Wiener.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a youngling, my best friend had a really high end version in the 80s. I come across one that I should have saved, but I
Yeah.
didn't. That was like it looked like what I want. It just didn't have the articulation.
Yeah, I think it's easy to just picture Matthew Broderick killing the gadget idea, right? Like when that movie
Yeah.
came out, it was like, okay, I don't think I'm into Inspector Gadget anymore, right? So, if there were toys that really nailed it since then, Matthew Broderick made me forget.
Yeah, he was. I don't know, like I don't know who would have been a perfect actor at that time to do Gadget. He wasn't awful, but the movie was just not written all that well. The Gadget's got to be hard to play. It's like Inspector Clouseau, like bumbling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's one of those properties where I think to try and capture it into real life would just fail it. You know what I mean? Just fail it.
Yeah, it's one of
Not worth
those that
doing.
like, yeah, it definitely is better off animated, that's for sure.
Yeah. Like, did we need live action Smurfs at any point, or live action Garfield, or was that just you know,
Yeah,
didn't
I
need it?
from all accounts, Garfield wasn't too bad, but like the new one, Matthew saw it. Matthew went and saw it. Took his daughter. I think he said he liked it.
I think there are
Yeah,
terms by which people say that, which they don't address when they describe the movie good. Like, I went because I had a kid and I needed
yeah.
it. You know, like,
Well, he wanted to see it, so
yeah.
if you want to see it, I guess that counts. Yes, we saw Claw's face. Boo, one
I
hundred
never saw it.
percent.
Was that in the Broderick movie?
Yeah,
Good. Then I
yeah.
don't need
I
to see it.
forgot. I forgot who played him, but yeah, we got to see him. It was not good. So,
I want
all
Craig
right,
Robertson to play the Claw.
Dr. Claw was awesome, man.
Yeah.
No, wasn't it? Didn't Frank Welker voice him? Am I remembering that right? Was it Frank? I think Frank Welker voiced him.
Mm.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
I
he
would have to
is.
IMDb that.
Matthew may know, or Viper Scout may know. Yeah, the latest Garfield was good last year. Yeah, right. All right, Crow. So your next one. So Crow's next maximized pick is this guy.
Wile E. Coyote. Yeah. Um. So the entire deal with a maximum line also is like, I don't want a maximum line that carries an entire cast of characters. It just has to nail the right characters. So I feel like the Roadrunner would have to be an accessory to this at best. Like, there's no
Yeah.
other way you would buy a Roadrunner. There would be no maximum Roadrunner. It would just all be Wile E. Coyote. But some of the accessories, like I would love to see, you know, 5 or 6 different signs that all say something different. The
Oh yeah.
mailbox for which he waits for all of his Acme stuff, I think, is awesome. The Acme catalog, for you could have just a rock display to just kind of get this effect, but I wouldn't put this in there. I just like that part.
Yeah.
But the Acme rockets and everything like that were the biggest one. But the one I didn't get a picture of and I really wanted it and I forgot to send it to you was, how I often say the card art in the back of boxes gets used wrong, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some do it better. You would need the fake tunnel that he painted in the paint can as an accessory, just as your card art, like a peel and sticker card art that you can stick on a wall or something. I think that would be the ultimate maximum Wile E. Coyote.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that you could do all kind of dynamite and the little
Yeah.
whatever blower upper, the switch, whatever the
His
handle.
detonator, yeah. His
Detonator. That's the word
Yeah.
I was looking for. Thank you. Detonator. That's what I was looking for. Oh, yeah, Roman's got a good one right there. Shit, I wish I'd have thought of him.
Maximum Blade for sure. I'm not a big Blade fan, but he's definitely hits all the marks, doesn't he?
Oh, and he's got all the stuff you could give him, all the weaponry and the gadgets and the swords and shit, guns. Yeah, Maximum Blade would be awesome. I wish I'd have thought of that. Kung Fu Hustle, the Beast.
The taxes are going to be high on that figure, though, right? There's your inside joke.
Yeah, gotta add a little bit to it. Maybe he'll open his eyes for the figure.
I know Wesley Snipes would love you to make a maximum him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He will definitely give you his likeness rights. Back of the box has the tunnel, like Street Fighters with the stage scene. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Wile E. Coyote'd be great
I'm
for
sure there's got to be something like that out there. Just a Wile E. Coyote's got to be a good one, because if we're making characters out of cereal box characters, we've got to do this.
yeah. What if Jada got a hold of Looney Tunes, man?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, I could finally have a good Marvin the Martian posable figure with this
Oh, hell
dog.
yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
big Marvin the Martian fan, man. I love me some Marvin the Martian. So
Yosemite
hell yeah,
Sam.
yeah, dude. Sylvester and Tweety. Fuck, I'd buy Granny. I'd buy Granny.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, all
Granny
right.
and Tweety. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Tweety Bird, Sylvester, you leave him alone when I'm gone to the
And then
store.
would they make Foghorn Leghorn, or would they just call that too racist? I'm not sure what they would do with Foghorn Leghorn, but I'd buy it.
If he didn't, I think if he didn't come with the voice chip, he'd probably be fine.
Hey,
I'd
Joe
buy
Fan
him.
84.
Oh, let's see. Here's Joe
What's going
Fan. Slip in here. What's going on, Joe Fan? There he is. What's going on, brother? Yeah, I think so. Matthew will know. Ironheart. I think they are doing it. Who gives a
I,
shit about seeing that movie?
I thought that was a Disney Plus series, was it? Or a movie? I thought,
No,
because
it was
they,
supposed to be a theater movie, but Matthew
oh,
will know better than me.
well, if you loved Black Panther 2, you're going to love Ironheart. If you
Hey,
exist.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If nobody liked that shit. So, all
Mhm.
right. So for my next one, gotta have this dude. And there's been some good versions of him made out there, but
Yeah.
I need a maximum T1000 Robert Patrick Terminator. T1000 should have all of the articulation of Maximum Spider Man, possibly without the toe articulation, but why not throw it in? He should come with a 9mm pistol with a bunch of extra magazines, sunglasses, a coffee cup, large puddle of liquid metal, punctured carton of milk, and a pitcher of John Connor. His main features would be the ability to swap out parts for metallic, painted, style, plastic, whatever, limbs and attachments, including a blade that will fit through the carton of milk, pair of arms with prying hooks, and some sort of a blunt force baton or ram. It should come with several head sculpts, including liquid metal motorcycle officer, the hospital security guard, and Sarah Connor.
I would agree, but I would want to see one where he was in the utmost agony when he was melting at the end and going through all those melting sequences.
Oh, and we could get a amalgamation head like we got with Spider Man.
Yeah, there you go.
Part of it's the cop, and part of it's the
Yeah.
officer, and you got a little Sarah Connor over here.
Well, if it was really the Maximum Spider-Man, you would have like one head where one eye is only partly more open than the other, and that would be the only difference in the friggin' head.
Yeah, 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 like the outlined black.
Yeah, yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
have,
You knew what I was talking about. What a rip off
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh
Hey,
man,
Ronnie.
same head. What's
Yeah.
going on, Ronnie? Trick shot. Let's see. Yeah, Ironheart coming as a movie this year. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought it was still in the works. Him and Joseph is Jennifer Biel from Flashdance.
Yeah, but
Okay.
again, Mendoza, you've got me on that one. I'm feeling you on that one. But the idea is to give them more kit, not take everything off of them. And that's what I
Yeah.
would be. I'd be like, less is more with Flashdance characters.
It's got like a chair and a bucket of water and like water effects that snap over her.
Well, I mean, no, hang on. You're right. She would also have the coal mining helmet and the overalls.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta have that. Gotta have that.
I'm remembering a movie no one else can unless you're older than 45.
That one has been a long time as well that I have seen it, but I did see that movie quite a few times
I
when
wasn't
I was
allowed to
younger.
watch it, so I watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Go ahead and get your next one queued up here. What is going
we got
on?
22 people in the chat. Thanks very much for showing up,
Oh,
guys.
all
Yeah,
right. What's up,
appreciate
guys?
that.
Oh, that jumped up quick. Thank you.
That escalated
Shark
quickly.
Eyes.
Oh, Ron Burgundy Maximum. That I didn't even think of that. That would have been amazing.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a good one. What's going on, Shark Eyes? How you doing, my man, my mate?
Mhm.
All right, Crow. So you had this guy right here.
Yeah.
That one would be good.
Archer, yeah, H. Benjamin, whatever. The guy that does Bob's Burgers, he also does Archer. It's he'd be rated a fresh monkey fiction, just kind of a mix of everything they've thrown into that second wave. You've got your spy outfit, you could have your eye patch, removable, different kind of hats. But key things is he needs a bar, an actual bar like of nothing but liquor bottles and glasses and ice, right? Of the brown liquor. He needs his
Yeah.
flask and his Walther P whatever. And man, would he ever look good in a ramen racer? Because that's his car
Oh,
anyways.
yeah.
Right.
Damn, he really
So
would.
yeah, I would love to see the entire Archer cast come to a good 6-inch line, but let's call it if you could only make one, you'd make Archer. And my God, I need like a convention con. It's not on here, but him in a tight belly white shirt with the bicycle, like the tight white shorts and the roller skips, and it's got Dick written on his shirt when he
Yeah.
played the gay waiter. Need this figure.
And this would be one that would look good if it was a little more cartoony, a little more like cell shaded or whatever kind of look.
Absolutely. So funny thing about this was back when Archer first got started and terrorists were still trying to figure out what they were going to call themselves. He used to work for a company called ISIS, right? The International Spy Agency, something or other.
That's right.
They had to change this very subtly on the show, but my wife bought me a mug for the Archer coffee mug, and it said ISIS on it. And I was an instructor in the Canadian Armed Forces teaching classes on leadership and how to patrol, drinking out of an ISIS mug. And didn't everybody try to steal that thing, right? And I was like,
Oh,
no, you
don't you
can't
know?
steal my mug, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. I'm surprised they didn't make you put that one away.
Oh, I got talked to greatly about it. And I kept calling their bluff, like, what can you do? It's a cartoon called Archer.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're not supposed to have that. I know I'm not supposed to have that.
I'm a rebel, damn it.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's on Joe Mine had a special, and I didn't see your notification until they cut. I can't believe that what's on Joe Mine shows up in an algorithm before 3 stars drawn. That's fine, man. I'm glad you saw it. I'm glad you're here. Race Bannon from Johnny Quest. Yeah. But what I mean, you have to come up with some accessories.
What about Brock from Venture Brothers?
Yeah.
Brock Sampson.
Yeah, that'd be good. I guess all the little gadgets and stuff that they used. No Maximum Neo or Trinity. I don't have those on my list, but those would be good ones.
So I think
I'd rather have an Agent Smith.
Yeah, Agent Smith for sure, but Mendoza, is the love affair for the Matrix still a thing in where you are? Like, for me, I respected it for what it is, but I'm certainly not attracted to the intellectual property anymore in any way, shape, or form. Right?
It's still got its fans here, but I think everybody is like enough is enough. I did not like it that much when it came out. I was in the minority. I mean, it was okay. It was groundbreaking what it is. I liked 1 and 2. Okay. The third one was terrible. I liked the end of the end of the second one. But it has worn out its welcome here as well, I think.
Yeah, I didn't need a saga out of it, but credit due for its time. Phenomenal damn action movie. Holy crap!
Yeah. Dreadnought says our CI trained them, so It's all good. Yeah, that's also got some truth to it there. Um, Ordered classified Outback. It's going to take a week to get here. I want it now. He's a good figure. I hope you get one that doesn't have a loose torso. My Outback is a little wobbly, and I don't have Tiger Force Outback open.
My advice is watch the mag on his rifle.
Yeah.
Both my Tiger Force and my regular Outback, for some reason, the mag slips quite easily.
Yeah, that's true. He's a good figure though. That's
Yeah.
this Cheeto Outback though. You'll see what I mean when you get him. But he is a good figure. He's got great head sculpt. So let's see. Let me get back to my tabs over how. Oh, that's the wrong one. Why do I even still have that open? All right. Go back to where am I at?
Yeah,
I
we
am
just
right.
finished Archer, so it's yours.
I'm getting there. It's a lot juggling.
It is, yeah. And I mean, you know how much I appreciate it, Darren, but these guys, if you guys don't do streaming and you don't do this stuff, to be able to focus and all that and keep the conversation going, it's a lot of work.
I don't see how people can keep up with it by themselves, like with nobody to like what Punk does. I mean, he's really good at it, but like keeping up with tabs and following the chat and stuff. But anyway, so next one is Maximum Tom and Jerry. Then it should. I was like, oh, I gotta let's cartoons. I gotta have a cartoon. Maximum Tom and Jerry would be the absolute shit. Maximum Tom and Jerry should have maximum posability. Both should be able to stand on one, two, all four legs. They should both come with a variety of hands or paws capable of gripping and various other gestures. They should both have alternate beat up head sculpts. This would be a heavily accessorized set with maximum accessories for each of them, including a mallet, mace, knife, axe, hammer, dynamite, pistol, bottle of poison, mouse traps, a block of cheese, a saucer of milk, and a waffle iron. The ability to hold and use all accessories while standing or running should be the main focus.
Can I add to that?
Yes, by all means.
You need to have which one's Tom and which one's Jerry? Tom's the cat, right?
Cat. Tom's the cat, yeah. Jerry's mouse.
Okay. Tom needs a hand feature with a big red glowing thumb from when he gets it smashed. Yeah, right? That you can put in.
One of the paw sculpts.
Yeah. And the other thing I would suggest is no matter how many other accessories Tom can hold, he can never hold Jerry. Jerry has to pop out of his hand every time, no matter what.
That'd be great. Like he just slides through, like it's just open enough to where he did pick him up though. He did snatch him up.
Yeah, I just want him to be able to, when the tension just gives and something just goes flinging off to the vents. That's what I want.
And he gets away. Yeah, he always able to get away.
Yeah.
Punk says it's easier to keep up with the chat when you're alone and not talking to a co-host. See, I would think it would be
true, yeah.
You could do stuff, pull stuff up while the co-host talks, because that's the way it's worked here. I wouldn't. I don't know way I could do a 3-hour show solo. I don't think. Maybe I'll try it one day if I ever get fancy StreamYard.
Well, this summer I plan on getting back into doing lives again myself on Saturdays. So
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, we will. Well, I'm going to get back into it. I know what we're going to do for Saturdays, but that's going to come probably in June. And then I'll see if that works. Because Punk, I seen you on I got to get this title right the first time. Circle of Jerks. And between the four of you guys kind of switch off who's managing the chat sometimes. And I think that works.
I think Baldy runs the slides, and everybody else engages with the chat and tries to figure out what the hell he's talking about half
Mm-hmm.
the time on there.
Yeah.
Oh, Mendoza's got a good idea. Reverse polarity magnets in the hands, and like
There
with
you
Jerry, like
go. I love it. That
perfect.
keeps them an inch away at all times.
Yeah, perfect. He can never quite grip him. So I
Yep.
had to throw this in there where Jerry drinks he gets in the poison milk and it buffs him up like he's on steroids.
Yeah.
I had to throw that one in there. So Matthew says, I totally need a Tom and Jerry. Matthew,
Yeah.
maximum Tom and Jerry, but Jada. Like, wouldn't that be awesome? So,
Never say
Punk
never. I
says,
mean, yeah.
yeah. Punk says he thought it'd be easier with the co-host, but it's not. And all I know is I don't control Circle of Jerks. So
I don't think anybody controls Circle of Jerks, man. And
I think you're right.
which is why you guys have so much fun, probably.
Let's see. So you had so you got one more. All right.
Yeah,
So
I think Punk will like the. Did I have one more? I thought I had
yeah.
2 more.
No, we've gone through all of them. We're up to
Did
number
we?
5. Yeah.
Okay, which one is it?
All right.
Tell
So
me. Yeah.
your last pick, I think most everybody here will probably enjoy this one. What about that?
Yeah. Okay. So honorable mention then, because I think maybe I bumped it out for this one, but it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer would have made an awesome maximum.
You bumped Buffy for Dexter.
That was it. Yes. Yeah, Buffy would have made a great one, but that can be explained some other time. Dexter, I think, would just be the fun one, right? Because first off, what you don't need for Dexter is head swaps. He'll have one expression on his face the whole time, no matter what he's doing. It's just going to be that disconnected, this is okay, and I am normal face, right? He could be killing John Lithgow or holding a baby and changing a diaper. It doesn't matter. Same face. Blood splatter options for sure. He would need to have an air conditioner where he hides his blood samples in, kind of like how Dial Tone's briefcase or backpack opens up. Yeah, you got the Dexter thing. Bumping Buffy. Yeah, well, Punk is. I'm sorry. Not much more I can say. I kind of thought I bumped someone else, but I must have bumped Buffy. Buffy speaks for herself. But with Dexter also, you know what you need is like instead of bothering putting that plastic coffin in here, you just wrap that motherfucker in saran wrap because he's going to use all of that, right?
Yep.
Nothing but saran wrap and plastic sheets. So Dexter it is. And then lots of knives and shit. Rope, whatever.
Yeah, and he should have a CSI, like a bag, like a kit.
Yeah. And the badge.
The ID badge, little samples, his slides. You give him a set of boat keys.
Set of what?
A boat keys.
A boat keys, yeah. That's well, Ramen would have to make me a Dexter boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dexter boat. So hang on, I'll do something here. So let's do.
You could use Zorana as his sister.
Yeah. His sister is a little hotter. So go ahead and I got it pulled up. Tell us about
why? Because Punk had an issue with it? No, I mean like it is an easy call. Like with Buffy, you could get her she would have to come with a bunch of steaks, maybe some the garlic, whatever. I would love to see a background of Giles' library in her box for her to stand in front of, right? Like that banister they all met with. What else could she come with? Like besides the extra head features and things like that? It's Buffy. Like anything vampire would kind of go with it. But
she was a vampire at one point, right? Or
she died, right? So I would want her to
something.
Yeah, I would want her to have her own tombstone, and then I would also want her to have like a little mini, like how Slaughter has his own mini version of himself.
Yeah.
I'd like to have him a little. I'd like respectfully. I should say this respectfully because of Michelle Trachtenberg crossbow. Yeah, but I'd like to have her some sort of little nod of Michelle Trachtenberg playing her sister, right? Like a little accessory, like Gwen Stacy or Spider Gwen has this little knickknack that comes with her. You know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
have something like that for Michelle Trachtenberg. I can't remember the sister's name now. Gone. But that was it.
Dave says Crow wants to see a library in her box. And Bobby says that looks nothing like Christy Swanson. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Old Christy Swanson. So my last one, get to it here. So this is one. This might be a controversial one, but I think when I give the description, I think people will see where I'm coming from. So give me, for the love of God, give me Maximum Jack Tripper.
Fuck yeah.
From Three's Company. Give me Maximum Jack Tripper. So Maximum Jack Tripper should have the same level of articulation as Maximum Spider-Man in order to create the level of physical comedy that Jack Tripper embodied. He was probably in far more falling and landing poses than Spider-Man ever was. Accessories should include a bottle of wine and 3 glasses, dishes of food, glass of whiskey, a tied sweater waist piece like a belt, a telephone with the detachable receiver, his black book, his suitcase, and a cowboy hat to emulate Austin, right as we see right here when he had to play his twin brother, Austin.
Thought about Austin, yeah.
That's one of the best episodes, man, where Farley gets hammered and wants to have a conversation with both of them, and he thinks he's talking to both of them. That's
what did you say he needed to come with for access? Did you mention his bike from the credits?
I did not mention his bike, but that would be perfect.
He has to have the bike.
I was trying to think of the stuff that he used, on the show. You got to give him plates of food. You got to give him wine because they were always drinking wine with their food. 3 glasses for the roommates. Take one away for him and a date. Got to have his black book, So yeah, the bicycle would be perfect though. But it was. I don't think we ever saw it in the show.
No, it was just always the opening credits because he watches the 2 girls jog by and loses his balance and goes over the handlebar.
Just falls.
And as
over.
a kid, I only barely understood just why that was funny.
Oh yeah, that was B. I'd love it. This is my favorite sitcom of all time. Absolutely love Three's Company. Mentioned it before the first time, and it was long in syndication. But the first time I saw the series finale, I cried because it was over. It was on. It come on at 9:30 or 10 or 10:30. There was 2 back to back, and I couldn't go to bed because I was sad.
So as much as I would love a Maximum Jack Tripper at any point. Like, to me, this would have to be a box set of a minimum like 5 to 6 figures because you need Chrissy, you need Janet. Who do you take, Mr. and Mrs. Roper or Don Knotts? And
I want Farley.
And you gotta have Farley. And do you go without Larry? You can't go without Larry. Right? I don't care about the other 2 blondes that show up, Terry Garr and whatever the other one was. You need
Jenny Lee Harrison.
Jenny Lee Harrison, thank you. I love that show.
Who I think was the best looking of the 3, honestly. But yeah, I agree. You got to have Jack, Janet, Chrissy, Larry, and Mr. Farley.
Yeah,
for me, there's my box set of 5.
I could do a Don Knotts figure all day, man. Just he'd be the perfect background figure for every set I have.
Yep, and Punk says, always need a Larry in your life.
Mm.
2 chicks at the same time, man.
Come on, Jack. Twins.
Twins.
They're downstairs right now, Jack.
I like that the Regal Beagle was so close they could just walk and get hammered and come back to the apartment. That's like it's like
Yeah.
right down. It's in the building apparently. Like
Yeah.
so. All right, so now we're gonna play a lightning round here that Crow says he was unprepared for.
Yeah, I couldn't even remember that we discussed that. So you're gonna have to go first, and I'll adapt. I'm gonna turn my camera off for a second because I need to go out to the garage now that this is charged enough. Just
Okay.
for a minute. But
All right, I give you a minute
I'm
to get out
playing.
there before we pop the character up.
Okay.
So yeah, Punk saying always need a Larry in your life. Well, I've got I guess I got 3 counting you, Punk. I got
Yep.
3 Larrys in my life.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a guy I spent my entire career parallel to in my military career. And we never got along. And his name? Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could not get along to save our lives.
He says the bar was close. It was like Joe Fest every day, except the Regal Beagle was actually always open. You could always get a drink at the Regal Beagle. You had to bring your own to the bar at Joe Fest.
Oh,
man.
Raccoons have been out here.
Oh, they get my compost.
Oh shit! Yes, they got my compost. Those little motherfuckers. Oh well.
Yep,
We're good.
What are your chipmunk friends out there?
No man, it's too late. They'd be eaten up by all the owls and werewolves.
Oh, that's true. All right, ready to put your thinking cap on?
I am. Just let me tune in now. Go ahead. Right here.
All right. So, Crow, what would you give Maximum Balky Bartokomous?
Perfect strangers. Okay. He would have to have his dancing outfit with the hat and the little Russian outfit.
Yeah.
And he would need the keyboard organ. I think he played that, didn't he? I can't remember all the things about him.
Yeah, I was trying to remember too. I think he had like a keytar kind of thing or something. Maybe.
Yeah, he had some gimmick going with him, but man, you pulled a guy out of obscurity I have never thought about since like the 80s. Okay. That's it. That's all I can think of, man, is some sort of Russian fucking food.
Come up with suitcases. I think for Balky, you'd have to have some way to change his clothes. I think he would have to be almost more like a Mego figure.
I was just thinking Mego Balky. Yeah, Maximum Mego.
Maximum Mego Balky. And Menjoza says ninja suit Balky. I was like, what's the most obscure thing that I know he'll know?
So I feel like between him and his cousin, like we're gonna find a YouTube video that
cousin Larry.
Yeah, Larry. The one of them had to have tragedy hit their life after this show. Do you know what I mean? Like they look like those guys. Like, so could you believe he was killed by his own parents? You know.
So while looking for a good picture of Balky, Bronson Pinchot apparently runs a Facebook page under the name of Balky Bartokomous, and he posts to it regularly.
Okay.
And the dude looks fantastic.
Oh, wow, good.
His hair is gray now. Aside from that, like, dude looks great. He goes to the gym. Like, dude, he's cut.
Okay.
And the dude that played Larry kind of looks like comic book guy from The Simpsons.
So this begs a good question. I'm going to throw your game back at you with a different question. Recast Perfect Strangers right now. Who plays Larry and who plays Balky out of today's selection of actors?
Oh God, I don't even keep up with enough actors. That's why we can never come up with a Joe movie castings because I don't keep up with current actors.
Because I
It's
know
a
who he reminds me of, but I want to see if he reminds you of anybody.
oh man,
Let us know in the chat if he reminds you of somebody.
yeah, Balky man. Not really. Uh,
So
not offhand. He doesn't.
if I can't see the chat, you'd let me know. But if I were to pick anybody to recast into that role right now, it'd be Andy Samberg from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and all that.
Yeah, I could
I
see
think
him
he
doing
would
it.
make a great Balky. Larry, I couldn't care less. But Balky,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
anybody could play Larry.
yeah. Any straight man can do Larry. Balky,
Hmm.
he's got the face for it to me.
Yeah, he does kind of have the face.
Mm.
Oh, 70s Bruce Jenner, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, 15 years ago, maybe. Robert Pattinson. Let's see. Do you have one in mind for me?
Give me a minute. I did have one, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah, your ultimate your maximum Muppet out of all the Muppets, and you could only pick one to make a maximum figure out of it. Who's it going to be?
Gonzo.
You went Gonzo. What's coming?
Gonzo. A cannon and a helmet. Um, that'd be the biggest part of it. It'd be the cannon and the helmet. I don't think Gonzo played an instrument. I don't remember Gonzo playing any kind of an instrument. A microphone with a stand.
Got to remember,
Should
there
I?
was one thing he couldn't resist. They were always in the background, and he was chasing them around like Larry would.
Women?
Chickens.
Chickens. That's
Chicken
right.
women. Yeah.
Chickens. Like I was close. Chicks.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's right. That's right. He was always trying to catch chickens. That's right.
There you go.
Mendoza got it. Yeah, I need to brush
Chicken,
up
yeah.
on my Muppets, man. He said Gonzo the same. Gonzo was the best, man. Gonzo and
Gonzo
Fozzie.
Gonzo would
Fozzie.
make an awesome lone Muppet figure. Fozzie, yeah. I always liked Ralph the dog, and I loved Animal. Animal was my favorite growing up, and the Swedish Chef. Like they all those
Oh
guys
yeah,
were silly, right? But
yeah.
picking
There were
one
so
for ultimate. Yeah.
yeah. Cape, helmet and the cape. Yeah, those were pretty much my favorites. Gonzo, like Gonzo, Fozzie, um, Statler and Waldorf, of course.
Yeah.
Who I'll be
That
either one of them in 15 years. So,
so
uh,
I would steal Menjoza's idea about the magnets for Waldor and the two old dudes and have their
mhm,
stage piece as a fridge magnet that you can just stick on your fridge and have them sitting
yeah,
on it. Yeah.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, Professor Bunsen and his meth lab partner, yeah,
Beaker.
Bunsen and Beaker,
Beaker.
Beaker,
Me, 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 me.
Swedish Chef was always one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite ones.
Yeah.
All right, Crow. So let's see. I'm not gonna do all of these. I'll pull this one up because this one was actually mentioned earlier in the chat. And I think this one would be relatively easy on the spot to come up with. About Maximum Jack Burton.
Okay. I have to concede to you. I have a confession.
Hadn't seen it.
I've seen Big Trouble in Little China in only clips
Okay.
and never the complete movie. So I
Okay.
really don't know the character that well.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's you got to give him the Tech 9. He's got to have a CB microphone. You can have all kind of little effects little magic effects for him. Um, money. He has some money because that's how he got into it. In the first part was that they were betting. Um, the little monster head, the little floating monster head, like from Doom. What did my phone just do? My phone just like started translating my words. What the fuck? Thanks, Google. Google winning lottery numbers. You could do some awesome stuff with Jack Burton, Big Trouble in Little China. All right, you haven't seen it, so then here's one that I bet you will know.
Oh dear.
And we'll be able to do. Oh, you're not getting out of it that easy. How about Maximum Scully?
Oh, okay. Wow, she comes without Mulder? Okay. She has to have
Just
the
Scully.
FBI badge.
For sure.
Yeah. Whoever did Spider-Man, Peter Parker's eyes for Maximum Spider-Man, go ahead, do Scully. You can do it. It'll work out great. The business suit for sure. A big old flashlight and a pistol for sure.
Yep.
And then I don't know, for the background of her box, I would just have her in a smoky room with the cancer man in the background.
Yeah, the smoking man.
Yeah. Maybe have a pregnant version of her. Didn't she have a Mulder alien baby at some point that was like in and out? Yeah, so just have like a little
toward the end.
little baby bump clip-on accessory. I don't know.
All right, fair enough. Thought that might be one that you would know. Let's we'll do one more. We'll do one more each. I got another one, so if you want to throw one at me, if you got anything in mind.
I'll get
Misfit.
something.
What's up?
Yeah.
Let's see. Jack Burton using Love and Thunder Buck with Ego Head, painting up the Wrecking Wrecker as a Pork Chop Express. Yeah, I like to see that. That would be, yeah, you said Mendoza said the Pork Chop Express, but you're basically giving him a 1/12 semi as the name of his rig. That was the name of his tractor he drove, was the Pork Chop Express.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Bacon from Tremors. What could you give him though, aside from like a shotgun and
a big boulder to sit on?
Yeah,
and some iron
pole.
rods to pole vault from.
Yeah. Got one for me?
I'm trying to think. I had one on the tip of my tongue, and it was like I'm trying to remember that era again of like the Saturday morning cartoons and then the afternoon shows, right? But go ahead and give your other, and I'll have one more for you by the end of that, or I won't. I feel bad that I forgot about this part.
That's all right. We didn't have a lot of discussion about this part. Just like, oh yeah, well let's put each other on the spot. Oh, I guess it helps if I open the tab. So what about Maximum J. Jonah Jameson?
Jeez. I mean, really, just he'd be the opposite of a maximum. He'd be a minimum. Right? Because he'd be a minimum because he's never changed that shirt in his entire career. And
just put a sport jacket on over it.
Yeah. And really all he needs is, I mean, you could throw the desk. He would have the desk, and he'd have to have some like scattered pictures of Spider-Man, like papers around. But he only needs two hand options. It's pointy hand and fist. That's it.
Right? I'd say a grippy hand because he needs a coffee mug. He'll need a coffee mug with like a Spider-Man, with the circle with the line through it. Just Jeff is in the house. What's up, Just Jeff? How you doing, buddy? And Matthew says, yes, Crow, you need to watch Big Trouble in Little China. It is on Amazon because I started listening to it today while I was driving around. I watched or listened to all of YouTube. So I was like, yeah, what can I listen to that I don't have to watch? And I landed on Big Trouble in Little China.
That's fair.
So, yeah, man, J. Jonah Jameson. Has there been a good comic J. Jonah Jameson figure in
Um,
Legends? Have they
I
done one?
think I think they do have one out there, but like I know the Chameleon has the mask, but I think they
Yeah,
do have J. Jonah Jameson out there.
I just
I'm
saw that
fairly
chameleon
certain.
figure. That chameleon figure looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
God, I
yeah,
just
see,
had it
Maximum.
again.
You need a pen and paper.
I do, because I just had the. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. Oh, Maximum Jackass cast member.
Oh man.
And what are they coming with? It would depend if you were ever a fan of the show Jackass or the movies, of course, right?
I was not a huge fan, but I did see them. I saw the movies. I kind of watched the show. Um, I don't know what I would have him come with. I mean, I want to by default say Johnny Knoxville because I kind of like Johnny Knoxville, and he's actually a pretty good actor when he tries.
Yeah.
But what about Wee Man?
Wee Man, yeah. You could go
What
with
about
Wee
Wee
Man for
Man?
sure. That'd be fun.
Helmet. Let's see. They a Velcro suit. Where they threw him at the Velcro. Uh, shit. What else? Because they shot him out of a cannon.
Mhm. They used to put him on the they used to pair him off with the big fella and launch them off the big inflatable in the lake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The inflatable. Yep. Yeah, I'd say, man, either Johnny Knoxville or Wee Man, but I think I'd like to have a Wee Man version, just with
I
all
think if
kind of random shit.
yeah. The one that sticks out in my head that I'd want the most, I think, would be Steve-O and a Porta John that they can launch into the air with him in it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Steve-O.
Yeah.
Man, that show, damn. That show was infuriating. You can just watch that show. You're like, I'd kill these motherfuckers. On the show of the TV channel, YouTube, TV characters. So in theory. Model Misfit says there was a good set from the old Spider-Man movies. It's the movie, and Just Jeff says retro card J. Jonah Jameson isn't bad. When did he come out, Jeff?
Okay,
How
maybe that's
long
what I'm
has it
thinking
been
of.
out? That's what I was thinking. It was retro card, but
Yeah.
how long has
must
that
be the
been
one.
out? Yeah, shopping cart.
Yeah, you gotta have the shopping cart for them for sure.
Yeah, pointing finger, rolled up paper, holding hand, needs a cigar face. You could use Colonel Siege. You could use Colonel Siege head for J. Jonah Jameson with the cigar.
Yes, because Bobby would love to support Hasbro.
Yeah. It would work though.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Astronaut with the EVA suit. Yeah, there's all kind of stuff, man. First wave retro card. Jeff, thanks. So that was our bit was maximizing stuff. That'd be fun though. Just write up a list of them and what they'd come with. Just random. Just throw that in randomly in the middle of any show. Like maximum. One of the other ones I had for you was Dig'em Frog.
Oh, Dig'em Frog from
Smacks.
Sugar Smack, Honey Smacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, won't that be covered by Jada with like they're doing Frosted Flakes and all the other cereals? Isn't Dig'em gonna hit that list?
I would think so. Even though that
Yeah.
cereal was nasty as shit. I hated that cereal, but Dig'em Frog was cool. And
I have a question. Has there ever been a Tom Cruise figure?
No, he won't give his likeness.
No, he hasn't. Like you can't get a Maverick. You can't get like any Mission Impossible. None of those.
There were some Mission Impossible figures, but I don't think any of them actually like looked like him. I'm gonna look. Somebody in the chat will know. Jeff or Matthew will probably know. I don't know. I remember seeing some figures. There's one. Holy shit! What is though? It's a 1/6. That's got to be a hot toy or something. There were a bunch of figures, but none of the Mission Impossible figures look like him. What the hell? So there is a one from Ghost Protocol that I just pulled up and found, and it is doesn't have the brand listed on it, but it's on eBay for the low price of $453.72.
Oh my God, you'd have to be Tom Cruise just to buy that.
Yeah, that's right. So hold on, look. I'm gonna move this tab over.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would want better for
for that much money,
$450.
yeah. But I mean, like if it's Sideshow Collectibles, I get it, but
it's not though. It says micro model. I don't know if that's the brand or what that is, but woo. But I'll go back. Let's see. I'll show the just pick a random bunch of Mission Impossible figures. So
damn, so they did make a line for that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I knew I'd seen figures for it somewhere, but I mean that's not
They look like they got this is the power of Mission Impossible. Now we know where those guys went.
Yep. So Jeff says they were based on Ethan but didn't look like Tom.
Yeah.
Jeff, shit, I'll buy two. I did Gadget. He was one of my. We had 5 that we picked that we had to really do, and I did have Maximum Gadget was one of mine. Tropic of Thunder. Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, just have them dancing. Big old Popeye forearms.
Want a Tropic of Thunder Robert Downey Jr.
Actually, I would like the whole cast of Tropic Thunder as a 6-inch figure. I think that would be worth it.
So I'll make a admission. That's another movie I've never seen all the way through.
Well, there you
Tropic
go.
Thunder. Never seen it.
It's the best of us.
Seen bits and pieces, and it's one of them that I'm mean to watch. Like I know I have to see this movie. Like as a smart ass late 40-year-old dude and a toy collector and a meme lover, I just never watch it.
I will tell the chat because the people in the chat that brought it up would know it. But the most franchisable action figure out of that movie isn't any of the guys in the jungle. It's Ben Stiller's Scorcher character. Scorcher is you've missed the opening of the movie, but it's his other movie. He's got like 4 of them each time, saving the world from apocalypse, and it just keeps going to the point. But that's who I think would make an awesome character for Maximum line, Scorcher.
Yeah, that would. I think all of those for like realistic type figures would all be good. Doing the whole cast of that movie. And Bobby says he sent you the picture of the ramen concept Maverick. Ramen was doing it when he did the Aces of Aviation.
That's who I was thinking.
Yeah, he had it and it looked good. It looked like him, but he got slapped with the C&D and for the likeness. And if there is anybody that's got money to fight that in another country, it's Tom Cruise. So he didn't pursue it. He did give it out though. If you bought the 3-pack of the Aces of Aviation figures, he'd give it to you. And I think this is like right when they first were pre-ordered because he didn't want to make too many of them. But he didn't sell it. He threw it in. And if you're paying And for $270, $5 for a 3-pack of 112 figures, I think a little free head is a nice little throw in there. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
uh Randall Tex Cobb from Raisin, Arizona. Yeah, man, if Jay Astro was still in here, we could talk about all kind of maximum horror villains. That was one I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I should go horror because you could do maximum of any of the main horror guys.
Yeah. Maybe another time.
Yep. We got plenty. So
Mhm.
we still got 17 hanging out with us, guys. Hit that like button if you hadn't. We're gonna get ready to wrap it up here in just a couple minutes. I mean that was all the maximum I've got for tonight, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't have any more. Clearly, I wasn't fully prepared as I had hoped I had. I'm a little ashamed of myself there, but I
And this
also
is
have to
like
get up early tomorrow.
this is like the one show that we mostly had everything done for like 3 days ago too.
Yeah, it
Thumbnail went up
was.
Sunday.
Yeah, that's my bad. I had a few distractions show up the last few days. So,
Yeah, you had some stuff going on. When
Mm.
you mentioned it earlier, when is your house going to be your house?
Sounding
What's the
like the second or third week of May now. So
okay?
it
I
is
know
what
you're
it
looking forward
is.
to that. So
I am just so I can spread out and maybe move out of this room and into the other rooms of
I
the
think
house. But
I think you should go live just like on your phone and walk around and be like, look at this, guys. There's going to be toys over here and a nice shelf over there, and have dios in this room. And
so funny
yeah,
story, true story. I've already started that flex a little bit. In my main bathroom is my 60th anniversary scuba diver diorama, and it's just above the toilet. And my leather face in a nice little leather case, my Mezco leather face,
yeah.
just in a little spinny thing. And she noticed it. And she's like, "Oh, you're getting comfortable, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah." Toys
Damn
everywhere.
right. Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess, is in here, and that's good timing, Allison. Thank you for stopping in. We do want
Mhm.
to remind everybody that next week will be the kickoff for the Power of the Fourth. If I'm not mistaken, Baldy, I think, was going to do the first one. I haven't gotten the schedule yet, Allison. I hope you guys are going to do like you did last year and have a put out on IG or wherever the schedule for the week. That was really helpful. I know it was a lot of work. That was really helpful, and that way everybody can cross promote it. But that stuff is going on, guys. If you weren't involved or weren't part of the fellowship or whatever last year when we did that, it is a lot of fun. And if you see that list, and you will all see that list with the channels that you guys watch, just some of the creators that you may not know, go over and check their channel out when it's time for them to do their video. And you might find some people that you like, and you discover some new content creators. There were a few last year that I didn't know, and I now follow them.
Yeah.
Hyperdelic is one. I watched because Hyperdelic also, he did the character I did. We both did Lando. So it's like, man, this guy's funny as shit. So it's a good way to meet some other people or get to know some other people that are here in these circles or these intersecting circles. And the styles people are doing them in are different. It's nothing formal, nothing like, it's not spit and polished. It is like you got a bit, or you just sit down and open it and go, here it is. There's a little something in these for everybody. You don't have to like Star Wars to enjoy these May the Power of the Fourth reviews.
Yeah. Agreed.
So should be getting ready to start seeing the materials and the slides and stuff and schedules for that as soon as Allison and Punk get that coordinated. And I got my dude in today, Allison. Look, got him in the mail today. It's got to be one of the most expensive figures from Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. I'll be picking mine up tomorrow and telling Punk what it is.
That old Dexter Jester. There's a post on the Punksville Toys page where you can post it in there. I think that's how they're keeping up with it this year.
Yeah, I got the link for that.
Okay. Alrighty. What else might you have coming up on your channel anytime soon? You got any dios or anything you've been working on? Or
I am trying to get a Cosmic Legions dio on the go, just a little shelf display for the sci-fi stuff. But as far as videos going, I'm going to compile my thoughts on 4 Horsemen figures and do a good, the bad, the ugly on that. And at any point, I think maybe even tomorrow or by the end of the week, I should have the Boss Fight Studios Red Sonja to do a review on that. And that's
the one with, is that the one with no panties that Punk likes?
Yeah. It's it apparently there's Garmin issues. My thing was after I got that this glorious Mythic Legions legendary barbarian, and I read the card and it said sometimes there's a female companion. I was like, well, that's all the excuse I needed to buy Red Sonja. So that's why I'm buying it, because it'll go well with this.
Yeah, well, and that's just foreshadowing for the female one that they're probably going to do later this year.
Yeah,
that's all that is. That is read between the lines. They're going to be doing a female barbarian to mate up with old Tarzan there.
Well, if I like this one by Boss Fight Studios, I'll go in on the steampunk variant that they're doing of that too, because I do like the look of the steampunk Red Sonja. Absolutely.
I like that one. I'm just like, how does that fit in with Red Sonja? But I like it.
I think they did a comic line of that of some point. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense. Matthew says she's great. Just paint the thing on her. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. Like she's commando in my head canon. Makes her more brutal. Loose collector Red Sonja. Yeah, but I mean 4-H, they're gonna do a female barbarian.
Yeah. I explained to Darren, like, with Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions, like, I have my issues with them. I like them, but they're not something I take seriously as far as collecting too big. But one of the things I do want to do with Mythic Legions is build your typical Dungeons and Dragons gaming party of a dwarf, barbarian, a knight, whatever, a thief. Like, find these characters. That's the extent of my 4 Horsemen collection, I think, will look like, right? So,
yeah, be all right.
All I can hear is Spider-Man banging off your mic.
Is it? Can you hear it?
He's like kicking it. Maximum mic.
I didn't know you could hear it. My bad. He does whatever a spider can.
Yeah.
He's just up there doing what a spider can, trying to keep Grumpy Bear from falling off the microphone. So
what about you? What do you got coming up?
Hopefully I will have a retro card Green Goblin review out hopefully tomorrow. If not, I guess it'll be Friday. Hopefully. I'm at the mercy of the USPS. It's down the street. It's 20 miles that way. 25 miles that way. So all they got to do is get it from there to my post office that's 8 miles away tonight. Surely they can do that.
Just get one quick stop in Illinois first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, look, I'm going to look while we're here. I'm going to log in and look and see if it's moved. Just while we're here, just to see. Let's see. Quick Tools, Informed Delivery. That's the one we want. Packages. Okay. Expected delivery. April 24th. Moving through network. So it is. was today is 23rd. So the last actual update was yesterday at 1:39 p.m. Says in transit to next facility, arriving on time. And it says that today. So I'm hoping that means that it's going from that facility to my post office. We'll see.
I hope so. I hope it gets there.
Nonetheless, hopefully we'll have a Green Goblin video up, and I'm going back. I think Friday I'm going to go to Yojo Depot, and I'm hoping he will have Sagat and Blanca, but he is holding for me the Super 7 Reaction Plus Cold Slither Zartan.
Oh, okay. I'm getting in on that early.
Yeah, he's holding one for me, so I'm going to pick that up. So hopefully I'll be able to find, Blanca that I really want, but whatever. So we'll see. There's that stuff coming in. I'm still waiting on Ramen Vans. My orders at GameStop for Joe's are saying awaiting product availability. Yeah, like 3 or 4 of them. Because GameStop's dates were closer up than closer to release than all the other ones, and they didn't change them. There were 410, and they went right up to 410, and they didn't push back. They just went to awaiting product arrival. So who knows? Maybe some of that stuff will break loose. I'd sure like to be the first kid on the block with a Frag Viper.
Yeah, no doubt. You have to let me know. We'll have to watch for it. Yeah.
But yep, man. I'm gonna have send it to Sheboygan.
I'm gonna have to say we gotta sum this up now, because I gotta get up and drive across the city to go get a thing done at the hospital tomorrow. So it's midnight here. I gotta head off to bed here shortly.
We can do it. We'll get ready to wrap it up. So that's what we got coming up. Be looking for Crow's content on whatever he's going to have coming out, and hopefully I will have at least one review done, and then one review done that you guys won't be able to see for a couple weeks probably. And that is it. That's our Backyard Battlefield show for tonight. Thank everybody for hanging out, chilling with us. We like to do things a little silly and have fun over here, and this was a mostly no G.I. Joe night. So
yeah, slow news day.
Yeah, don't mind doing that. Don't mind. I had the pre-orders pulled up, but we already talked all about them, so no need. Just no need. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get out of here. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. I am 3-star draw down south 77.
Across the old crow.
And we'll be crowing again for you guys in 2 weeks.
Take care.